o'clock makes you wanna buy toys, so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday, it can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys, so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday, it can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Wanna talk some toys? Let's start now. You know the show starts when the man says pow. Dan who? Brandon, man so handsome. Want Marvel Legends and you know who has them. Tune in, it's 8 o'clock. Makes you wanna buy toys, so you hate to watch. It's on a Thursday, it can change like that though. Got no money left cause I gave it all to Hasbro. Enjoy the show. Haha. Okay. Dan who? Pow! And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. Hello, how are we doing? Welcome back to another Thursday episode of the Dan Who Live Show. Thursday, I feel like I'm home, finally. It's 8 o'clock on a Thursday. Things just seem right. And this week just feels right. Something's going on. It just feels good. But you know, I cannot be here on my own talking toys. I have people with me. Let me make sure they're both in attendance. Yep, they both are there, ready to go. We have the superest of produceresses. It is Rich and Displayed Once, and then Galactus Brandon. Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Dan. You alright?
It looks like you're a ventriloquist right now. I want to see you. I want to see Galactus talk and your mouth not moving.
Hello, Dan. I am the heart of the world. How are you today?
I'm very fine. I'm very good. Thank you, Galactus. Thank you. Mine is like being very mysterious in the background behind me. Can you see him? Like, I need to shine some lights on him.
Well, at least you had him yesterday, Dan. I didn't come to Wales until 20 minutes ago, because I'm a motherfucker.
20 minutes, literally. Okay, hello, people. How are we doing? If you couldn't tell, something arrived this week. And no, it wasn't my Heralds of Galactus, even though they are very timely to arrive. It was, of course, Galactus. Marvel Legends Haslab Galactus arrived in the UK. For everyone who, I assume everyone who backed it in the UK have probably got theirs yesterday or today. I felt bad for Tanner because he was like the first person to actually post that he'd got it. And yet he was like, unfortunately, like you, not getting it till today. So there's no rhyme or reason why. To be fair, Hasbro pulls are usually pretty good. But you just said, so yours arrived 20 minutes ago, Rich.
20 minutes ago, the time slot just kept moving back and back all day. And I was like, oh no, they're not going to bring it. It's going to be pushed back to tomorrow now. But then a really pissed off Yodel driver bought it about 20 minutes ago.
I was so eager for mine because I was watching the Yoda. I was like, I did no work. If anyone at work found out, I was just so like distracted and talking to people and I made a pretty reel, for God's sake. I never make fucking reels. But I was literally just standing at the window with Ted, just waiting. And as soon as the Yodel guy pulled up, it didn't have a Yodel van or anything like that. It was just a normal white van. And I was like, is this a painter and decorator? Like, I couldn't tell. Usually a busy street. But then he pulled out the big box. And I literally opened the door and like, met him in my driveway. Like, I take that. But he was like, he had to take a photo. So I'm like, the Yodel, like, proof of delivery picture. It's just like me holding the big Galactus flag. So I've got no chance of saying it didn't arrive. But no, I was excited. I was excited for Galactus to arrive. One of our most anticipated Marvel Legends, not only of the last year, but a character I've been eager to add to my collection for a long time. I had maybe half of the Build-A-Figure Galactus back in the day, but I never finished building him for whatever reason. I think certain characters I couldn't get hold of. So I just ended up selling my pieces. I nearly got the Marvel Universe version a couple of times, but always just sort of backed out. So yeah, this Haslab Galactus was perfect for our collections. I know he changes his scale in the actual comics all the time, but he needed to be big. He needed to be the devourer of worlds, and yeah, I'm looking good. So I've already done a whole video, people. By the way, if like South Plug, I did a video. I've never done a video before saying I've got a shipping notice for something, but I'm sure you'll forgive me for getting a little bit overexcited about that. Let me get my YouTube up real quick. So I did do like a Galactus has shipped video, as you can see, which is ridiculous, but I was just excited. And then I actually did an unboxing and review sort of combined. Like, I didn't want to put anything up in a rush. I wanted to actually answer some questions people may have. So if you haven't seen it already, people, please go and check out the Galactus unboxing. I'll do some comparisons compared to the Sentinel. And I also like talk about the knee issue a little bit, because there is no knee issue, I'm happy to report. So anyway, my point is, all my thoughts and first initial thoughts and feelings about Galactus are in that video, and I made it 20 minutes as well. It's not like massively long, it's a nice condensed. I do some nice chopping in it, but as you can tell, I'm in my attic, which is a bit of a roof. So I'm more curious about what you think, Rich, because I've been off my phone for a little bit. I've been sorting Teddy out and making dinner and stuff. And yours only arrived 20 minutes ago. So this is your first in-hand look. So
I literally haven't had much time to do anything. I just swapped the face plates and that's it. That's all I've done is put the like grimacing face on it. I haven't done much else at all. It's got double jointed knees though, and they both ratcheted. Didn't realize that. That's cool.
The knees have quite a bit of it, and the same with the elbows. The elbows are double jointed. I think in my video I said they're single jointed, but it's just because they're limited.
Oh yeah, they are. They are double jointed. Yeah.
But if you start bending it up, you see his big gauntlet piece sort of limit. Up.
Yeah,
and then it's also the bicep swivels there, like a normal legend. And if you try and get the arm up, like his,
you can do that though. Yeah.
And if you try and get his arm up, you've just got to be careful that the bicep doesn't clip that sort of armor, that blue armor piece that goes over his shoulders. Because mine started to come apart at the seam on the actual shoulder because I was forcing it up too. That's my own fault. I was forcing it up too much.
But is the armor piece all one piece, or is it? No,
they're all connected in different places. Yeah, it's really hard to figure out. Like, there's no particular ab crunch as such, but there's a bit of rotation at the diaphragm ball joint, and it's a bit, again, for such a big character, it's it has got hidden articulation in there. I didn't even notice until like the end of my video that it's got boot swivel, and it rotates at the gauntlet of the wrist as well.
Oh yeah, that's got boot swivel.
Yeah, and the ankle pivot is pretty good too. So I think they definitely listen to the Sentinel knee issues, because the ratchet on these are like really loud and tight. Give yours a little bend. Are yours really loud?
Yeah.
Mine were like proper clicking away. So first thoughts, initial impression when the box arrived. Was it as big as you expected after seeing the pictures, or what do you think?
Yeah, the box looks really good as well. Like that, the front art there is like really nice. I don't think I'm going to be able to display that because I haven't got enough room. But is it like, if you want to keep it next to the box, and it's got like on the back, it's got like that space scene, haven't it? So you could build like a diorama around there. But yeah, no, he looks really, really good. God, he's got loads of paint on him though. It's like the head sculpt and everything. There's a lot more detail on that than the Sentinel had and everything. Oh.
Yeah, no, I was impressed. Like,
sorry, I'm just looking.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I'll go through the housekeeping while you do that. So I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. Today, there is some Marvel Legends news today, people, by the way. There's a little bit of tidbitty news to do with Moon Knight, but nothing exciting. But otherwise, it's just going to be, let's talk to the chat and talk about Galactus, because we're in a good mood. So that's what today's stream is going to be about. So hopefully, if you're in the chat, you can get involved. But first things first, welcome to the channel. Enjoy. Lots of live stream content on here, including today's show, the Dan Who live show, where we talk all things Marvel Legends, me, Brandon and Rich. Every other Sunday we do Legends and Liquor, which is a community driven show for the supporters of the channel. That is not this Sunday, it will be the next Sunday. I've got the week off. Amanda's back home, you see, so I'm going to be told that the house is a mess and I need to clean it. So looking in Legends and Liquor this weekend. Me and Tanner were meant to do a Turtles and Tea this week. So I do have to shout out Tanner because I cancelled Turtles and Tea on Tuesday night so I could film the Galactus review. So thank you very much, Super Turk 5000. I appreciate that, but we will get back to Turtles and Tea maybe even next week. So shout out Tanner. And there's a Joes and Juice on the channel as well with Tom and Mark. Go and check that out to hear us break down all the news from PulseCon. If you want to contribute to today's channel, today's stream even, get your thoughts, comments, opinions, questions, all of that good stuff. Get involved. It's all about engagement, and it also supports the channel. Literally, Friday, a talking robot will say your comment out loud, and I will awkwardly interrupt Brandon and Rich. So please, super chats are welcome. Thank you very much. And then, of course, you can also hit that join button. That's what it's all about. Show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. There's certain phrases and stuff I say that I just have to say in the way to my reviews. It's just embedded in me at this point. But thank you very much. Let's go and see who is in the chat. And by the way, Brandon, as you can see, is with the family. He's got a family occasion tonight, so he said Galactus could fill his spot. However, he's only just moved into Brandon's house, so he's still a little bit shy, so he may not have a lot to say this evening, but he's Mark tacked out of the super chat. Thank you very much, Mark. I'll let Friday read that.
TAK Toys with Film donated £4.49. Galactus needs a live stream now. Plastic and planets. That's obviously his snack of choice.
I like it. Plastic and planets. Thank you very much, Mark Tack. I appreciate that. Yeah, plastics and planets. I like that. You know I love a gimmick around here. But no, Galactus are great, but like, you know my display room, like it's not massive. Do you know what I mean? I've got a wall and a window, and now like Galactus is worthy of being displayed. For the last year, poor old Sentinel, being guided by Ted down here, is just been like just sat on the floor next to the X-Men. I've yet to get him on display. I'm even run out of room on the wall for cards, so I definitely need to get this guy on display. Like,
need a big house, Stan. That's what you need to know.
I wish. Okay, so look, he's on a stool. Look, just to show you. Let me go full screen just to show you. I'll come back to the chat in a second, people. But look, okay, so it's a bit dark. There's no lighting on him at the minute, but oh, it won't switch. Okay, now it has. Okay, there you go. So there's no lighting on him, but he's on a stool. Look, standing up straight on a stool. There's Morg down there, and then he's holding on, balancing on, no problems. Like, so. And I've got him leaning forward just a tiny bit to just offset the balance. But otherwise, people, he's looking good. And the lights, I can't figure out the light pattern. Have you, like, they just stay on, I guess. I don't really know. They do turn off eventually, but...
I haven't even got to putting the batteries in it yet, so
yeah,
get to that later.
they flicker a little bit. But either way, it's really, really good, people. Like, honestly, it's a bit overwhelming at first when you first get it, because you just don't know where to start, especially if you're going to try and film a review like this idiot. But otherwise, you can just enjoy it. I've seen people who put it in their displays and everything like that. So there we go. Anyway, there he is behind me for the remainder of this, and we'll see what Brandon thinks when he comes back. Even though Brandon does have a live unboxing, he did a live stream, a special occasion for it as well. Okay, let me jump into the chat. So we got Simone. It says, wish I backed the Galactus. FOMO. Yeah, I would also have major FOMO if I seen people get this and I had missed out. But unfortunately, last year, it was awkward times for many people. Like, as I said, I had to sell some stuff, move some stuff around, and I only backed one. Like, I wish I'd got two for the collector in me, but I didn't have the funds. He was an expensive boy, but I think I've taught Amanda, like, that she knows that once a year there's a big project where I need to throw some money at it. But the moment it arrives, the moment it increases in value, you know. So it's the way it is. So
if anyone's looking, they have started to go up on eBay UK, and I think they're going from like about the cheapest one I saw was about £670. So it's like, considering we paid what, 400 for these, it's like
I've seen a geezer. 1 second. Bring Toys to Work, the donation. Thank you very much, Michael.
Bring Toys to Work donated $5. It's great to see so many people enjoying Galactus. Been looking forward to this stream all week. Always a good time.
We appreciate you, Michael. Thank you so much. Bring Toys to Work. It's great to see so many people enjoying Galactus. Been looking forward to this stream all week. Always a good time. Yeah, this week has just whizzed by. Like, I had my week off. Me and Rich both had a week off last week, and we were both, like, I'm speaking for myself here, but it was such an unproductive week. Did you do much last week with your time off? Or did you feel like it was a good week off, or...
I mean, I enjoyed myself. I didn't do much, but yeah, I had a good time.
Fine. That's good. No, that's good. That's good. Having time off is what it's about. I just had things planned and never got done. But anyway, my point was, this week has went really fast, and it's Thursday already, which is crazy. And as I said, Amanda's back tomorrow. So there you go. My honeymoon of the free house with Galactus is gone. So I'm gonna have to. You're not being able to sleep in the bed tomorrow night, mate. You're gonna have to go upstairs or something. Don't tell Amanda who's in the bed. She'll believe me.
You should put Mojo one side and the Galactus the other side.
She hates Mojo. You know, like, I've got the Annabelle doll on display now. She knows it's there, but she doesn't like it. Tell you what else she hates? The Nun, right? Do you know the Nun film?
Yeah.
Hates that film. She didn't even finish that film. She hates that. And NECA, in their sort of 31 days of like monstrous reveals, whatever, for Halloween, I've just revealed an ultimate nun. So you know what Amanda's getting for Christmas? An ultimate nun. It'll be a joke, but then I'll have it for myself, so it'll be fine. Jamie Gitchard with the channel membership token. He says 20 months. Glad everyone is enjoying Galactus. I'm still enjoying his pint-sized brother. By the way, is anyone else worried Galactus had devoured Brandon? Maybe he does. Like, maybe if this Galactus opened his mouth, we'd find out. But he's been a bit quiet at the minute. Galactus got anything to say? No, okay, he's still shy. Maybe we'll ease him in as the show goes on. But thank you for being a channel member, both Simone for 5 months and Jamie for 20 months. That's much, much appreciated. He's basically furniture on Legends and Liquor, but he knows he's appreciated for it. Okay, let me just scroll through the chats, keep going. Your boy's got toys. He says, all right, stop dropping hints. I'll take the Sentinel off your hands to make space for Galactus. Definitely not. I do regret only getting I wish I got more Sentinels, because I would have, as the X-Men.
What? So you can put the rest of your floor? Why are you going to do that?
No, because I like symmetrical. I like being symmetrical. So I'm like thinking to myself, like, next year's the 60th anniversary of the X-Men, and I feel like one of these whole bookshelves could be an X-Men bookshelf. I've already basically got 3 shelves which are mainly X-Men. I'll just get rid of the MCU up top, turn this into like an X-Men shelf.
You know what I like better than symmetry though, Dan?
Go on.
Money.
I suppose. Let me scroll to the chat. Okay, who we got? Cloud Fox by Ultimate Carnage, Sundown Studios, Curtis, Big Will, Home Dude, Mark Rose, Nick's Drawings and Toy Reviews. How you doing, Nick? That's a new name, but we appreciate new people. How you doing? Let us know how you are in the chat. Dark Six Soldier, Justin Collects, Jay's Toys Collection UK, who's already put his Galactus in his detox in the living room.
You should go and watch Jay's Toy Collections video. And if you ever thought you'd see a man on YouTube riding a Galactus box, that's where you need to go.
Yeah, we can have a look right now. I like Jay. Let's give Jay's channel some love. Where is he? Jay's Toys Collection UK. Right, where is it? There it is. Okay, so Jay was like one of the first people to put an unboxing up. But like Rich said, he literally straddles the box. There he is. All right, let that load. I'll come back to it. Cloud Foxwell, 20 months. Crazy. 20. Has it been 20 months since I started the channel membership? That means it's been 20 months since I hit 10k. And now I'm 500 away from 20k. So it's been a good time. 20 months doesn't feel like that long. Happy to be part of the crew. Thanks for accepting me. Here's to many, many more. Thank you very much, Cloud. You are, of course, welcome around these ways. He has also been a part of every Legend of Liquor apart from like 2, I think. And one of them was like a wedding or a honeymoon. So I let him off. I let him off on those occasions. That's absolutely fine. Rectangle is in the chat. He must be smiling about something. He says, it's surprising to see how many people who did not get Galactus who are now looking to buy one. MCU Collector says, get rid of what now? No, I'm not getting rid of anything. Shout out Todd, AK Rectangular, and shout out MCU Collector, of course. Todd posted a picture, something on Instagram, which made me realise, well, I've known for a while, but we've got it pretty good at the minute when it comes to Legends, at least. He told me to stop moaning that I haven't got my G.I. Joe Quinsum twins. And that was the same day the Galactus turned up,
they're waiting for like loads of Legends at the minute.
Yeah.
We are way in front, so
yeah. Let me show you Jay's Toys Collection UK video. Where is it? Let me get rid of the chat for a second. Okay, so there's Jay literally straddling the shipper box for the Sentinel for the Galactus. But he was cleverer than me. He cut his from the bottom and let it slide out, where I cut mine from the top and turned it. I watched his going, damn, why didn't I do that? But there he is. I think he's just on his living room floor sorting it out like a proper raw review, but I like it. He told me he's too scared to like change the faceplates and stuff, and he's still never changed the head on his Sentinel either.
I just checked the faceplate is really easy. If you just
squeeze the nose, right, Rich?
No, you just pull the head off.
I squeeze the nose, but I don't think there's a problem with squeezing the nose, by the way. But apparently,
right. So if you do this, right, if you pull the head off like that, on the inside you can kind of see it. So if you push your thumb in like that, then it just pops straight out. Like that, there you go.
Or you can grab the nose.
Yeah, but then you might damage it.
I know, I'm just saying that's how I did it, like an idiot. Yeah, do what Rich says, not what Dan says. Let me share Jay's video in the chat, okay? People, go and show Jay some love. There's the video. Jay's Toys Collection UK. Go and subscribe to Jay, for God's sake. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, shall we just get into some other toy news? Like, of course, Galactus arrived, but let's talk some other stuff. Go on.
Just quickly before we do, because I think a lot of people are saying about buying one on eBay. Like, if you look at the Sentinel last year, when it first dropped, that's when the price was like at its peak. And after like a couple of months, when everyone started to get the price went down a bit. So I wouldn't buy like straight away. I think you might get a better deal if you leave it like a week or two, because like America will be getting theirs next week as well. So I think the price might be more reasonable in a week or two. That's what I would say.
Yeah, you're not wrong. People in the US have already started to get like notices on their FedEx app. So I assume MCU Collector's lingering. MCU Collector, you're pretty good at that stuff. Have you got a notice on your FedEx app yet that a shipping label has been made? I know a few of the US guys have. I've seen it in the Legends of Liquor group earlier. So it does mean they're preparing it. Again, just remember, the UK's tiny. Probably less than 1,000 people ordered it in the UK. Ultimate Carnage, thank you very much for the super chat. Let's Friday read that
Ultimate Carnage donated £4.49. Gutted that I missed out on this. Hopefully I'll get lucky on the aftermarket at some point, but it's nice to see everyone enjoying Galactus.
It certainly is a good time, my friend, but hopefully, like we're talking about, the aftermarket will be good to you. So I was in the UK Facebook groups for Marvel Legends, like Marvel Legends UK. There's two, because there's a whole Marvel Legends Facebook rivalry in the UK. It's a bit weird, but there's Marvel Legends UK and there's Marvel Legends UK Community or something like that. But anyway, there's two for no reason, but there is. So there's people in those groups selling Galactuses, and to be fair, some people were just looking for a quick flip. So someone was willing to sell theirs for £470, but you had to collect from Norwich or something like that, which I think is pretty good price. So some people will be looking for the quick flip, and otherwise, like Rich says, just hold out, because FOMO's real. It will get you. But the Sentinel did go down. It's still a pricey item, of course it is, but it did go down on the aftermarket. MCU Collector says no tracking for him yet, but Cloud, is in... remind me where you're at, Cloud. You're in New York?
New York, yeah.
It is New York, isn't it? It says, yes, popped up on the FedEx app. Okay. And so did Trevor, 1-6 Shooter, who joined us on Legend of Liquor last week, which is great having Trevor on there as well. He says, mine are coming on the 21st as well. Mine are coming. So that
Rectangular
means
says that the angry face is not lining up on a lot of people's, but mine seems to line up all right. It's just, you've just got to like push it in, that's all. I think.
Yeah,
if you don't get it in all the way, then it looks a bit like that.
In my review, I didn't push them all the way in for the easy, so I could take them out easier when I was switching them around, but... So, yeah, I reckon you can just give them a little bit of a push and get them in there, no problem at all. MCU Collector says, last year, the Sentinel, it took a while to start moving and came from the East Coast. Might be coming within California, so only a couple of days to arrive from when it ships. Yeah, that's what people, like... have to remember, the UK is tiny, people. I tell you all the time, but like just to remind people, the UK is tiny. There is one place that Hasbro get all of their product to, and then from that place they ship out to everywhere in the UK. So it's
except Wales,
who they took an extra day. D Blake makes with the donation.
D
Thank you very
Blake
much.
makes donated $5. I passed on the past Haslab as I'm primarily a Spidey collector. What do you reckon a Spidey Haslab would entail? Daily Bugle display.
Oh, good idea. Shout out D Blake Makes, and by the way, he's been making a Dan Who logo in his sort of design style. So I should share it if they let me share it. But shout out D Blake Makes. He says, I passed on the Haslab, but I'm primarily a Spidey collector. What do you reckon a Spidey Haslab would entail, a Daily Bugle display? Good question. We'll come back to that in a second. Just finishing my thought on the UK situation. It's just tiny. It's like every state in America had its own pulse. That is the easiest way for me to break it down. In comparison to the states of America, the UK is tiny. So when things ship out, we can get it basically same day. Where in the US, as you know, the logistics are a little bit more complicated. They're like, things have got to go from one place to another place to another place, and all of that. So we're just lucky in that regard. And because the collector community is smaller in the UK, I'm guessing not many Galactuses were announced. Like, we see, it seems like a lot because obviously we're embedded in this toy community. Like, did you know that meme of Homer Simpson in the lesbian bar, and he's at the bar looking around, and he's like, hang on a minute, this lesbian bar has no fire exits. It's like that, but everything is Galactus. That's what it feels like in the UK at the minute. But we're in this community. In the grand scheme of things, it's probably only a couple of hundred people. Do you know? Like,
I'd be surprised if the Galactus has sold more than 1,000 in the UK. I wouldn't expect that. I think most of them has been sold in America. That's what I would predict it. But I could
He
be wrong.
even
Who
included
knows?
extra treats for me.
Indeed.
Mark is such a stellar human being.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. I'm very thankful for you.
I'm going to replay that one real quick. That's Bring Toys to Work, showing some love to Mark Tak, who is another great guy in this community. I'm going to replay it. Let Friday read that out. Thank you very much, Michael.
Bring Toys to Work donated $5. I wanted to publicly thank Mark Tak for shipping me some more Skrulls. He even included extra treats for me. Mark is such a stellar human being.
He really is.
Thank you, Mark. I'm very thankful for you.
So Bring Toys to Work saying a special thank you to Mark Tak. He says shipping him some more scrolls because I believe in the US they're sold out on Pulse. He even included some extra treats for me. Mark is such a stellar human being. Thank you, Mark. Very grateful for you. Yeah, Mark is an absolute legend. The Army Building King. He literally gave me, helped me build an army for my G.I. Joe classified with some infantry troopers. So I will never forget that. So Mark is much appreciated. Look, there's Laser Pants in the chat. Let's blame him for everything going wrong in the community at the minute. Boo, Laser Pants. Not really. I'm joking. It's a joke. Everyone, calm down. Calm down. Move away from the keyboard. I like Laser Pants. I like Ryan. Hopefully, he can join us for the his yearly what is it? Thanksgiving. He's usually got a day off. But he says, "Is the UK large?" That's all down to preference and how you perceive large to be.
No, it's not. It's not large, is it?
Well, it's perception. I'm not getting into debates with Laser Pants. I'm not doing it. Big Will says, can it fit in the UK? Oh, you can fit the UK in Texas. Yeah, that's the example I use all the time. Yeah, spot on. I've heard that the UK is large. Is that true? He's asking again. Okay, chat, you can answer him. Okay, Super Turk says, however, most importantly with the Spidey Haslab. Yes, okay. Back to Damien's question. Shout out D-Blake Makes. Right, so let's talk just... Before we get into the Legends news, I appreciate D-Blake Makes donation. So let's suggest a Spidey-related Haslab. I'm going to go first for my love for Spider-Man and give Rich a second to think, even though he's probably already got one on the top of his head. I'm going to go for the animated series Spider Slayer, but with all 3 sections of it as well. And you get Alistair Smythe in his chair as, like, the figure that goes with it. So... out of the gate, you get all 3 of the robots, like the Black Widow and all those 3 different robots for the Spider Slayer and Alistair Smythe, straight out the gates. And I'm going to give it you all for $100 because my company are just going to willing to lose money to please the customers. This is great business. I'm joking. Everyone calm down. Sarcasm. I need a sarcasm alert button or something. You just have a flashing light going sarcasm. But that is more genuine. Would you like that idea? Would you purchase my Dan Lab of a Spider Slayer with all 3 parts and Alistair Smythe in his chair as your base offer in there?
I'd like a Spider Slayer. That would be good. But I'd like a Daily Bugle playset more, like TB Make said. That would be. I think that would be the one for Spider-Man, wouldn't it?
I'd take both.
Tiers, like pegs on the sides, so you could stick him onto the wall. It'd be amazing.
That would be good. I would take that all day long, by the way. Any type of, like, I'd take an Avengers Tower, or like, I would love a diorama, like, officially made that can be displayed, like an X-Men. I always thought like an X-Men, what's the room called? What's the X-Men?
The Danger Room.
Thank you. Yeah, like a Danger Room sort of backdrop with a couple of shelves or like weapons or whatever on there, just so you can display a few X-Men that would fit like into the alcove of a Billy bookcase. That'd be perfect.
Available exclusively in IKEA.
Yeah, an IKEA exclusive. The IKEA exclusive Danger Room playset. That'd be great. Just for so you can go in there with your trolley, buy your Billy bookcase, and buy your X-Men thing. But yes, a Daily Bugle playset would be great. I'd take that all day long. Daily Bugle Haslab would be cool, but I feel they would overcharge. Says Cam, we're not getting into it. We're not getting into a Haslab. If that's why my sarcasm alarm had to go off, but no, we're not getting into it. We're just having fun, speculating. Any others for Spider-Man?
I don't think Spider-Man's got like any big things he needs, is there? Daily Bugle.
I would like. What's
the dinosaur? The Spider Rex thing that's like been about lately, you know?
Yeah, you can buy.
Haven't they made the kids' toy, haven't they, or something? Yeah.
No, I don't want that. I'm going to Spider Slayer, and the Daily Bugle. I'm good with both of them. But I do still really want like a deluxe Madam Web as well in a throne at some point. But hopefully, again, we've got a whole, like, I don't know if there's a couple of interviews going around right now in the Marvel Legends community. There's one on Bug Nice's channel, obviously the godfather of ACBA. He actually met the Marvel team at New York Comic Con and asked them some questions. And to be fair to him, he literally asked them exactly what people want to ask. But of course, they have to answer in their corporate lingo, okay? So you're not going to get the details.
There's a woman standing at the side going, I think you've had your 20 minutes. And he's like, I got 3 more.
That's what I mean. Fair play to Bug, because I'm too polite in those situations. Like, so I'd be like, my bad, sorry, it's all over. And Bug's like, I got 3 more minutes. And he goes off for another like 12, so he's all good. But no, shout out Bug. He asked all the right questions.
And there's a second part, I think, coming tomorrow. He said he had another chance to catch up with them, so he's getting a second part tomorrow.
You could tell Ryan was getting frustrated. Not at Bug, but you could tell it was an opportunity for Ryan Ting to sort of like go off on one and sort of like he mentioned certain cards that people have been comparing. He mentioned the perception of price and stuff. So honestly, go and watch it if you want to hear from the Hasbro team's voice. Like, people's mind are already made up if they love or hate that campaign, but it's not about that. It's about hearing their perspective of a current situation. But there's another interview up that I'm halfway through, but I did really enjoy it. It's a channel that I'm not too familiar with, but it's called Carbon Scoring. I looked on some of his videos, and it's just a lot of mystery boxes and stuff. But he did an interview with Ryan and Dan, and that was really funny. Like, he had a good rapport with them, and he was talking about an Aunt May figure, and Dan Yoon confirmed that next year all the Spider-Man VHS sets are going to basically be 2-packs. Like, it's going to be the same, to expect the same sort of volume that we got of X-Men. So we got 8 VHS X-Men sets. So that's either 4 VHS Spider-Man 2-packs or 8 2-packs with 16 characters. Do you know, like, I don't know. Yeah. But Dan also said that one of the figures coming out next year in that Spider-Man line has potential for being the best figure of 2023. So it does make me more curious about where this VHS line is going, because he confirmed again, that's why you should go and watch this interview. I do apologise, I don't have the link, but it's Carbon Scoring. He's got double the amount of subscribers of me, so you're probably already well aware of him. He got this out of Dan, and Dan confirmed that the figures in that line are not figures that have been on the been on the card back, not been on the retro card. So that's good to know. That is good to know.
And there's a third interview as well. There is the Infinity Equation with Dante as well. He was on the con floor, and he had an interview as well with Ryan, Dan, and Dwight as well. So that's a good one to watch as well. So go over to the Infinity Equation.
Yeah, no, of course. Shout out Dante. Dante was like the first one to put one up, I think. I've seen, like, we've got a Legends and Liquor group chat, and it's an absolute chaos at times, to be fair. Like, I'm in and out of it, just trying to figure out what's going on. But I seen a picture of David Evan Smith at the con, just taking a picture in the background with Ryan and Dan. And at that exact time, Dante was interviewing them, but David didn't know it was Dante. Do you know, like, it's just mad how, like, this community is all online, and then in person, people don't even spot each other. I guess, like, people have got masks on and people have got legs. You don't see them, but it just made me laugh anyway. And
in New York, you don't look at anyone in the eye, otherwise they, like, punch you in the face.
Oh, okay, is that how it is?
I don't know.
Yeah, me and Rich probably wouldn't last on the mean streets of New York.
Look at the floor.
I haven't been New York. New York's one of those places where I want to go just to be a tourist, you know, just to say I've been there and done that type thing, but I've not been. I've always chose to go to sunnier, warmer places, to be honest, but I do want to go.
I went to New York. No, I'm not going to say the New York. So if I went to New York once and I didn't do much, let's just say that.
Was that your story?
I went to New York once. I was going to say something, and then I realized in my head. But I realized in my head what I was going to say, and I was like, no, you're not say that. So never mind. Mysterious New York trip.
Now you know you're gonna have to buy his autobiography in the future to find out this mysterious New York story. One day I went to New York and I did something, and that's my story. You'd be great on a talk show, on an actual late night talk show. Oh, I've got a nice anecdote. Yeah, I went to New York. What did you do? Something. Oh, great. You can buy Rich's autobiography here. Cloud says, Dan, you can crash at my place. I'll take you to Manhattan. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Don't tell me stuff like that, because I've made some friends in this community, and I just start planning a tour of America, but just not paying a hotel room. I'll be like, right, I'm staying at Clouds, and then I'll go to California and stay at McGow's house with the Wolf Pack and eat some of that good food from the Wolf Mother. I'm sure. That's tempting. I'd have to bring Amanda though, unfortunately. Teddy can guard the fort.
Unfortunately, I hope Amanda does watch these back.
She doesn't. I was phoning Hawaii going, "Do you want? Can you stay an extra night? No, they weren't having it. Cam says Dan Who and Bug collab would be great. By the way, Bug's one of those people that I've never actually I think I've been in like online calls with him for like Hasbro events and stuff, but I've never like one-on-one had a conversation with Bug. But I'd love to have him on and chop it up about ACBA and stuff. I'm not a photographer myself, but I definitely admire and get inspired by the great ACBA artists out there. Lace Pants says there's a trash piles in the streets. New York has humans the size of rats. I'm sure New York's a big place. I'm sure every city and every country, if you look hard enough, you'll find a dodgy, crappy area. We've all got them. Every city has that area that you just want to avoid. The Wolfpack says, bring Rich and Brandon and make it the Who Crew Dan Who World Tour. I'd love it if life wasn't so expensive. I literally would love to do a tour of America and just like vlog going in toy shops and stuff. But unfortunately, that would not pay the bills. I told you I make like £4 from a YouTube review, so like it can't happen. But one day I do want to go to America, go to New York. I'd love to go Florida again because I said to Amanda we should start planning to go Florida again in 2026 because we went in 2016, like we did Florida and Universal Studios. So I said a 10-year gap is good enough to sort of see any like changes in the park and stuff, I think. So we might start saving to do that. But again, that's long-term planning, but we have to in the UK now because everything's so bloody expensive. Says the guy who's brought a Galactus back there behind me staring at me.
But bought it a year ago.
I did.
No money has come out of our accounts of it, so there we go.
It's interesting that Ryan said in that interview with Bug as well that if the Galactus came out now, you're looking at like a $500 item. So clearly things behind the scenes are affecting prices and stuff. Like maybe if the Robbie Reyes, not to get in that conversation, but I'm just throwing a thought out that there may be if this particular Haslab, this Robbie Reyes Haslab came out a few years ago, it would have been cheaper and maybe this whole stress wouldn't have happened. Who knows? Rich and Dan are welcome to sleep on my couch, but not Brandon. Yeah, Brandon's making some enemies at the minute, isn't he? Brandon's making some enemies. Brandon's staying in I think he's staying in the Rabbit Hutch in Parallel Universe's house. I think that's the deal that's going on there. But to be fair to Brandon, he has got a girlfriend that lives and resides in America as well as family. So he's okay. He has a couch to stay on. Me and Rich don't. So we will welcome your couches. Thank you very much. I'll take the floor. Lace Pants is just in there stirring the pot again. JD Review says, man, I'm sad I didn't back this project. The face skull is sick. I'm happy to have a Sentinel though. Which face are you going to go for on display, Rich?
I like that grimacing face because, like, I don't know, Galactus is just like a bastard to me. I don't think of him as like this like nice person, this nice cosmic entity. So I'm going to go with that one. I think.
Same. I'm exactly the same. As soon as I put that face on there, I was like, that's the
like
one.
The normal one, the regular one, the stoic one is quite nice as well. I suppose, and if you've got two, you could put a Doctor Doom head on if you really wanted to, or love Doctor Doom.
Okay, genuine question for the 160 people that are here on this random Thursday afternoon. Is any everyone out there actually brought Galactus to display with a giant Doctor Doom head? Anybody, okay?
But to me, that is what bonuses should be. They should be like...
random, yeah, okay.
Yeah, things on top. They shouldn't be like main things to a set, like a second Robbie Reyes. But hey, we're not talking about that, are we?
We're trying not to, but it's hard. Just keep getting pulled in. We're all good. We've said our piece with that. We're just seeing how it rides out now. Cam says my jealousy meter is rising. So does Xander. He says I am yet jealous. I'm not jealous since I do not have anywhere to put him. Yeah, that's definitely an issue. As I said, I need to figure it out. He's worthy of display. I just need some room. Rectangular says I'm so glad that Hasbro fixed the joint so we don't have the similar issues as the Sentinel. Don't get me wrong. Like you know what I'm like when it comes to reviews. I just love this line, and for me, like I look at the figure, and if it looks like the character in my mind, then I'm happy. And then yes, if it moves a little bit extra and it can get into some nice poses, and that's a great bonus. But you know me, I want that character representing. I'm world building. I love the thrill of the hunt, collecting characters, adding them to a display, and building out my world. That's the aspect of this hobby that I enjoy. Where a lot of people out there are much more critical than me because they enjoy a different aspect of the hobby with their whole APCBA and articulation and stuff like that. So I have no doubts that when other people get their hands on this, they may pick faults with it that I overlook because, not like purposely overlook, but like I just don't see them as faults to me because again, it's all about perception. So, but in my quick review I did last night, I did try and make a point of the knees and made sure he could stand up straight and stuff like that. He's standing there, right there, on a stool, just staring at me, like on a stool, holding the two figures, balancing, and Teddy is right there, right? So if Galactus fell, he would crush poor Ted. Ted, where have you gone? Okay, Ted's vanished. Galactus, have you met Ted? Oh no, he's there. Ted is there. Ted, I wonder where you went. There he is. So yeah, Ted would get crushed if Galactus fell, and that's how confident I am with Galactus just standing there on that measly stool. So I do feel like that they have made a point to fix any issues. Have you got space for your Galactus, Rich?
Yeah, I've got made space ready on my Fantastic Four. I got a Fantastic Four display now going on, so nice. Gonna put that in the middle of it.
Which Fantastic Four? Have you got multiple teams or just
one? All of them, all the Fantastic Four. Yeah, I've got the black team, the classic retro card team.
The Dan Slott. The black one's the Dan Slott, right?
Yeah, and the Walgreens team as well. I've got those 3 teams of them, and then I've got a bunch of villains and heralds on the other side as well.
Yeah, for sure. Ted's not eating his bone. You all good, Ted? I'm concerned. It's just Amanda's back tomorrow. He wags his tail when he gets happy, obviously, like dogs do. And I feel like tomorrow when Amanda comes home, he's going to turn into Tails from Sonic and Tails and just fly off.
Thank God you're here. Don't go again, you'll be saying.
Can you pose a 375 figure next to him? Do you know what? I actually brought the 3.75 Silver Surfer purposely to do a comparison with Galactus, and in my rush yesterday trying to get a review I completely forgot, but that's a great idea, Xander, and I'll probably throw up a picture. I did take some pictures before and I'll post them on Instagram, but yes, I will do a 3.75. Rich has got one. Rich is going to get one.
I've got a mini, mate, which is tiny, but
yeah. Did Rob Pollitt? I don't think Rob Pollitt got the Galactus, but that Galactus with some mini mates would be epic.
Like White Phoenix compared to Galactus.
Look at that.
My big fingers don't get in the way.
Angel on his shoulder.
You could eat that easy.
Let's go back to Brandon as Galactus real quick. Does he have any thoughts?
I got money in the bank.
He's just been saved by a super chat. Thank you very much, Mark Tac, helping us with that awkward silence.
Toys for Film donated £4.49. I don't know why, but I really want to see Galactus hold the Sentinel in a dirty dancing pose with that music playing in the background.
I had the time of my life. I need to stop because that was so good I'll get demonetized. Yeah, I'll try. Someone's got to take that picture for Mark Tac, please, okay? The dirty dancing style. Or just get the Sentinel dancing around some stairs holding a watermelon or something like that. That's what she does, right? I think. Shout out Patrick Swayze. Super Turk says Walgreens Reed came with the Nerf herder. Yes, Nerf the fire. Nerf herder. What's that from? That's a word from something.
That's the name they used for Star Wars, isn't it, when they made it? Wasn't that Nerf herder?
Nerf herder is definitely a word. That's why it came out of my brain. But I read that. But that's the nullifier. But that's a tiny. Don't let the Hoover find that, because then that's a goner for sure. Okay, consider it done, Mark Tac says the Wolfpack. Yeah, there you go. I sold the old sealed Marvel Universe Galactus variant for $480 and used some of the money to buy this Galactus upgrade. Yeah, that's what Sundown Studios 2.0 just said, and that's what this collector game is about, isn't it? You can buy, you can sell. There's again, like if you put there's some. I don't want to say one man's trash is another man's treasure, but people have their price, don't they? Like something might be super desirable to one person, they may be willing to pay the price, where someone may not particularly want it unless it's a lower price. Do you know, everyone's got their price. So if you can upgrade that way, then definitely go for it. Nerf herder, as in the scruffy looking. Leah calls Han a scruffy Nerf herder. Oh, okay, it is a Star Wars thing then. Yeah, there you go.
And any of the people who did the Buffy the Vampire Slayer theme tune as well. I think they were called Nerf Herder, the band. Probably named it after that.
That'll be our word of the day at the end of the stream.
Nerf Herder.
So stay watching. Cheaters. Chicken Kiara says, Dan, you remind me of Jay so much. When I go away, he doesn't even notice I'm gone. No, I notice Amanda's gone. I dance around the house and everything. But I need to hoover. That's the only thing I haven't done is hoovered. No, I hoovered the kitchen actually. But Amanda will notice a crumb on a step on the stairs or something like that.
What time is she back?
Her plane lands at 1 tomorrow, but I've got loads of shit to do for work, so I'm just gonna have to stay up tonight and just hoover or something. I don't know, because I'm shit in the morning. I ain't getting up earlier, so I'm gonna have to stay up later to do it. So yeah, sad times. Brandon said he's on his way. There's no Brandon. You don't need to be on today's stream because I reckon the Galactus Brandon is doing a great job. No controversy. Not saying anything controversial.
No, look, the numbers just went down for you.
Not upsetting anybody. I think this Galactus is doing a good job. You're hired, Galactus. You're in. Welcome to the show. New co-host, Brandon Galactus. This is the best Brandon has ever been on the show, says Laser Pants. Jamie says, you are right, Rich. It was Nerf Herder. Jamie would know. He's a big Buffy guy. He knows. Your boy's got toys. Says Dan and Amanda turning into the honeymooners. No, I love her really. She pays half the mortgage, but other than that, I'm joking. She's useful for some stuff, but I don't know. It's all good. I just like my own space. I'm a creature of habit. I lived on my own for 10 years, so even being and just think when I moved in here, COVID hit straight away. So me and Amanda didn't even get a honeymoon period. It was but me and Amanda have been together 18 years. There wasn't exactly anything we could hide or didn't know about each other. We celebrate 18 years together this year. Next year. Crazy. Rectangular said, it's weird how Brits called vacuum cleaners hoovers.
Oh, no, don't start him on his,
No, it's not. They're called hoovers.
Now, his facts that he's got about Britain and the US again.
It's just called a hoover. Hoover's stuff, right?
Vacuum cleaner. Hoover is the brand, isn't it?
Yeah. But we call it a hoover. That's just, I don't know, it's just what it is. Vacuums in
Henry.
the UK float. No, they don't. Henry.
Do you not call it Henry Hoover?
I've got a Henry. My Hoover is a Henry. I've got a Henry.
I've got a Henry as well.
What? So I used to I used to have a job where I was a support worker for kids in care and stuff like that, and I'd go around and look after kids. And I had kids all different names. And one of the kids was called James. But when the kids moved out, you'd have to sort of redo their property to get it ready for the next kid. And we used to have Henry Hoovers. That's what they gave us to do the properties. And then one day they changed that on us. This is a story that only UK people are going to understand, by the way. So they changed that on us, but I wasn't aware. So I got phoned up by a colleague and says, I've got James for you, but I've put him in my boot. All right. Keep in mind that one of the young people I looked after was called James. Okay. I'm like, what? And this other worker is phoning me up saying, I've put James in my boot. Deadly serious. I'm going to bring James to you, but he's in my boot. I was like, what the hell is going on? Hung up the phone, what is going on? What is something wrong happening? Something. It was James the Yellow Hoover.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah.
Henry's mate James.
You get James, so you can get Henrietta as well, and then there's 3 of them.
So they arrived, lifted up the boot, and it was the Hoover, and I was like, you fucking serious? James. I didn't know there was a Hoover called James, and that's my shit story. Me and Rich, really, it would be shit on a late night TV show. That's all. That is all I've learned from today. No wonder Jonathan Ross or what's his name, Graham Norton's never gave us a ring, because we'd be shit. Okay, sorry. Brandon says, I'm surprised God let you out your cage. What's he about? Is he talking to someone? I thought he was talking to me. Your boy's got toys.
My boys got toys donated $5. Oh, that's where the catchphrase came from. One more word, Amanda, and pow, right to Hawaii.
No, the catchphrase I actually stole from Lethal B back in 2004, but no one gets that reference, so it's mine now. Boocat says, it's like calling a can soda Coke, all bandages Band-Aid, and all shoes Nike. Is that what Americans do? I don't call anything soda. I say fizzy pop. Got any pop?
Pop.
Yeah.
Pop.
If I was coming to your house and I wanted some pop, I'd say, have you got any pop? I wouldn't say, have you got any soda? Don't use soda. Soda makes me think of those soda stream things where you put fizziness into stuff that no one uses. No, my auntie used to have one on the top of her fridge, and it used to just collect dust. And for years, I'd go, "What the hell is that?"
my gran used to have one and be like,
Yeah,
"Oh, we can
what
make Coke," and it would taste nothing like
exactly.
Coca-Cola.
Like, why do people have these things? Ridiculous. Oh, okay, they're talking amongst themselves. Okay, I'll leave that alone. Daniel S says, I like the story, Dan. Was very confused the whole time. Yeah, sorry, I'm terrible at telling stories. That's why I don't tell them. I report news instead. My point is, there's a Hoover called James. Right, I'm going to quickly have a look. Hoover James. There they are, a whole family of them. Look at that. So we've got Henry. There we go. Dan Who reviews, the Hoover reviews. So we've got Henry Hoover, Harry Hoover, Hetty the Hoover, and James. Which Hoover in the UK do you have? Let me know in the comments. I'm joking. The Americans have these Hoovers? I might do a Hoover review on the channel. Do you know, just to mix things up? Not really. It's one of those shows, people. It's one of those shows. Let's talk about some actual Marvel Legends news rather than Hoovers, though. Breaking news. Really excited for this one. Brand new Marvel Legend went up for pre-order. I used the term brand new very loosely, as it's
got a new box.
I guess essentially that is it. It is a new box, and they have included a stick or something like that. So, again, another example of why Rectangular's leak list is pointing to spot on is he suggested a Moon Knight was going to get released. And here we have a Moon Knight getting released, but it is a straight-up re-release of the Vulture Build-A-Figure wave from 2017 of modern Moon Knight. There's literally no deco changes, no extra heads or hands or anything like that. I think maybe an extra staff, but that other staff did come with the classic Moon Knight in the Walgreen. So if you have both Moon Knights, you already have all the accessories. But it is now in the plastic-free packaging, so I don't know. Does anyone care about that? But there you go. So for me, I'm not mad at this at all, to be honest, because this is clearly for the new collector, isn't it? Moon Knight's quite popular at the minute because of the Disney Plus TV show. Figures go up on the aftermarket. People want to backtrack, and this is just an opportunity for new collectors to add a Moon Knight to their collection who didn't have it. So I'm not mad at it at all. Like, I've got a couple of Moon Knights on my shelf already. It's not like I desperately needed a new one. Don't get me wrong. There's upgrades that could be made to the previous version, like obviously new bodies and better tech and all that. But it is what it is.
It's like what they did last year with the retro carded Scarlet Witch, Vision, and Falcon, and they did like a couple of Loki as well, didn't they? When obviously the Disney Plus series coming out, so I'm gonna guess this is probably for the Moon Knight Disney Plus series. Maybe we'll get a She-Hulk re-release as well or something.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll get a Miss Marvel re-release because I think you can find the Gamerverse Miss Marvel if you still want one.
Like, this is the type of thing where if they'd made a change to this and upgraded it in some sense, then of course I would have wanted to get on. So I always want to add the best representations in Legends form to the collection. So if this was an upgrade, then I would have brought an extra Moon Knight. But I don't even think I need to buy this at all. Like, not even for the YouTube channel. Like, no one needs to see a comparison of this. We can do the comparison right now. It's the exact same. There you go, done. I'll clip that and put it as a separate video. Yeah, it's the same Moon Knight, the same boomerangs that go into the actual holes on the wrist, on the fist, which again the Hoover monster would love. So keep these away from James. That was a callback joke. Never mind. But the staff, he's got the Billy Club there that attaches together, and then the staff in the actual promo image, right? So they both come with the figure, I assume.
Yeah, so that's the only difference, I think, is now he comes with both of them, doesn't he? Whereas before you only came with the one.
Okay, well there you go. So opportunity for anyone who missed out for the modernised Moon Knight. I don't dislike the modernised Moon Knight design. I was reading the recent like Mr. Knight run back in 2016 where this design, it goes into this design. So I actually quite like this design, but I think a lot of people would appreciate a redo of the previous one. Because the previous one was on a Sunfire body, I think. I'm having a look at it now.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. I think it is.
We're like the worst two with the bucks.
Yeah, because I don't
maybe.
Yeah, people call me out. That's the one thing people call me out for my reviews all the time. Because for me, when I do a review, as I said, I always tell people I'm sharing my thoughts on the figure, but I'm not being overly critical. I'm more like, does this character look like the character from the comics? Where would it fit into a collection? Here's some comparisons. That's where my mind goes for a review. So people call me out all the time when I'm wrong about mod bodies it was on and stuff like that. But I 100%. That's that type of information that my brain doesn't want to retain because I don't particularly care too much. So it's, yeah, unless I actually purposely do my research, it's hard for me to pull off the top of my head. But they are all behind me, so I should just turn and have a look sometimes, shouldn't I? But sometimes I forget who the originator was. Do you know, like the Grim Reaper body has been used multiple times, but people call it the Grim Reaper body, same with the Vulcan and the Bucky Cap, blah, blah, blah. Like, I forget who first was sometimes, but I think it's Sunfire, back to my point. Fortress Maximus says, I like that figure, it has some unique sculpting. Yeah, it's a nice figure. And again, it has the boomerangs that are all separate pieces that actually plug into the the fist, which is a nice little gimmick. Walgreens exclusive, when it was released, I passed on it twice. It wasn't the Moon Knight fan I am now. Yeah, like, I brought 2 of those Moon Knights and sat on one and sold one for like double the price on eBay. Again, I let eBay do its thing, but I knew the TV show was coming, so I know what people are like. People are get eager for these things. Yeah,
playing the game.
Playing the game. I'm playing the game. I don't care. I'm playing the game. I don't know the stocks, but I know toys. I didn't force anyone to buy it. That was worth that much to whoever the person that bought it. I told you, once you put it on eBay, it's fair game. It's on eBay. It's fair game. People can do what they want with it. Home Dude said, I sold that Moon Knight.
Do you wish you got a second Galactus now to sell it?
I'm shit at reselling. I'm the guy that's still got like a Phoenix 2-pack. Even though it was inevitable we're going to get Phoenix again. Do you know, like, my Phoenix 2-pack went down in value within one half an hour live stream. But I knew that was coming. I knew it was inevitable. I chose not to sell that because I'm building a collection here. That's what I tell Amanda all the time. She's like, why do you keep buying stuff? I'm like, because I'm building a collection. You don't just stop. You're constantly upgrading and switching things out and selling stuff. That's what part of the hobby is. Otherwise, this hobby would have a finish line, and then that wouldn't be fun, would it? It's like
you could just been a nice person and sold it for retail. Like I sold, if someone came to me and was like this figure that they missed and really wanted, I'd be like, have that for retail. I'll do you a deal.
Friends.
But back to me, people don't do that, do they? No.
Now, what Rich is referring to is to his Mafex Psylocke. For the record, right, Rich would tell me all the time he had an extra Mafex Psylocke. I genuinely thought he was just winding me up. I just genuinely thought, could drop it in comments going, I'll sell you my extra one. And again, I just assumed it was sarcasm, like he had right, you've got an extra one. Turns out he genuinely did have an extra one after all that time. And he did sell at me at retail, so again, thank you very much, Rich. But I would do the same to you, Rich, if that was something you wanted.
Yeah, of course you would. That's why I'm going to get my Dark Phoenix in a couple of months' time for £25. Yeah.
The problem was I didn't want to sell that anyway. I wouldn't have sold it to you for that much. I wouldn't have. I really wouldn't have. If I was that desperate to sell, I would have jumped on it. Let me go through some other toys. Any thoughts on this Moon Knight, breaking Moon Knight news?
Yeah, like you said, it's if you've missed it, it's a good figure. It's a nice figure, to be fair. And it's like that, like specific look from, I think, is it Marvel now? Declan Shavley, I think someone said in the chat.
Yeah, new or different.
Positive Collector said, yeah. So it is a nice look for Moon Knight, but I like the current run of Moon Knight at the minute, where he's like getting with Tigra. Yay!
Oh, nice.
So but he's like back to more like his traditional white look then. So I mean, with Moon Knight, there's not really that many different looks, like different shades of white on his cape. There's not much way you can go. So for this one to be different, I mean, that's a good one to have, I suppose.
Sorry, that was a pretty shit image to just stop on it. Here's his cape. There we go. There's Moon Knight. Your boy's got toys. So remember when Dan told us we shouldn't complain to Hasbro, then complain so we could get a new Power Ranger? What are you on about now? Look, the problem with going live every single week for 114 weeks in a row means that I am online for hours a week, completely unfiltered and unedited. I'm sure if you went back and clipped some shit out, you could make me sound like a right idiot. It probably wouldn't even be that hard. You could probably do it in 2 weeks worth of content. I am well aware occasionally I will say some nonsense, but just don't take everything I say super serious, people, all right? It's YouTube, for God's sake. Anyway, what I was going to say is I've actually got some other toys that we can talk about that arrived this week. I'll go to Brandon Galactus first. Brandon Galactus, did you get anything new this week?
Still eating, I think, Dan.
Fair enough.
I actually got so much that was new this week.
What?
I think this week
Freak
and
me
last
out.
week has been more new stuff than like the previous 4 weeks combined.
Wow, Galactus, you sound very British.
That freaked me out. I'm not even joking. I was genuinely waiting for that awkward silence, and then the voice came out of nowhere. Wow, impressive. It has been a crazy week. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. He's a better trained critic than you. I can even see his lips move. Seriously, I thought Rich raised the bar, but Galactus just nudged it higher. Like, that was impressive. Okay, we'll come back to you then, Galactus Brandon. He does sound very British, doesn't he? Rich, you got anything apart from Galactus arrive this week?
No, nothing. But I did. I get no, nothing. Heralds came last week. Nothing this week. Yeah.
Okay, I as soon as Galactus shipped, I panicked and went and brought the Heralds, and they arrived today. So, so there you go. The Heralds arrived. I was reluctant to buy this at first because I was like, it's pretty pricey for what it is. I know. But then Galactus, I was caught in the Galactus hype. I was like, okay, I need all the Heralds. So I finally have Terrax after only having... I had his head, torso, and knife for years in my fodder box. But we've never had the Fallen one before, so there you go.
See, like Moon Knight, giving you Terrax to buy because you missed it the first time.
Exactly. So not complaining about that. Oh, Galactus is gone. Okay, never mind. See you, Galactus.
I was double then.
I finally got this as well. You guys convinced me after showing it off constantly. I just fought for the gimmick on a Spider-Verse shelf. Like, I've got no attachment to this particular version apart from watching the Disney Plus documentary. So, it's just a gimmick. But anyway, I got him before he disappears. Because I imagine stuff like this will disappear eventually and get hard to find.
Is that, you've got all the
yeah,
the
that was the last
Spider-Man
one.
ones then,
That was the last
right?
one I needed. Yeah, the anniversary line, the Beyond Amazing. Is there a Beyond? Yeah, Beyond 60 years Beyond Amazing. Yeah, genuinely the last one. Now I've got all the sets. I should do like a breakdown video or something, shouldn't I? Do some clicky baity stuff. People love that stuff. I brought a Star Wars thing. It's weird that Galactus Brandon isn't here because I actually brought a Star Wars thing.
Princess Leia.
It wasn't. It was something on sale that I liked the look of. Oh no, he's gone. Sorry. It's this guy, Cad Bane. No, it's not Cad Bane.
That's not Cad. Even I know that's not Cad Bane.
Just testing you. It's Cobb Vanth. Just testing you. Just a test. No, this is the guy that wore Boba Fett's outfit in The Mandalorian, isn't it? So
Oh, I look like that. What's that guy from? I look like that guy on the thing. Look with this on.
the guy on what thing?
In Star Wars, what's his name? He's like the cyborg guy.
Oh, Lobo.
Yeah, Lobo.
Lobo. We haven't got a Lobo figure, have we? That'd be pretty good. Anyway, Cobb Vanth. I like this. But I wasn't paying it went on sale. That's why I brought it. Went on sale. I like the Mandalorian, and I've got quite a lot of Mandalorian live action figures, so I got that. I got Secret of the Ooze Shredder with his big daffodil. I've also just brought the Mummy Mikey as well, so hopefully I get that next week. So and the pre-order for Invincible Donnie just went up as well. So there
Are
you
you
go.
buying them from America or you?
No, just waiting until they arrive in the UK.
Cool.
I use the whole shebang. It's like an independent website. There's a bit of wrestling, bit of turtles, bit of stuff. So that's where I got some of my turtle stuff from. But there you go, Secret of the Ooze. I know that the Warriors 2-pack. I know Tanner was posting pictures of, do you know, like Master Splinter and Shredder, like in their human forms from the flashback from the first movie, and you get like the Shredder cage. I didn't get that 2-pack. I'm not a completionist when it comes to the movie stuff. I'm just building a nice little movie display. But and then I got these. Shout out to the co-hosts of Joe's and Juice, Tom and Mark. They let me know that on Kapow Toys, all the G.I. Joe retro cards for £15.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I got Baroness and Destro. I wasn't planning on getting Destro, but for £15, I thought, okay, let's take a look at more eyebrow Destro. So this Destro is basically exactly the same. He's just got more eyebrows. He's basically more in line with his look from the actual animated show. And there's Baroness.
In those cards, really thin.
Yeah, that was what I was about to say. Like, compared to like the Legends cards, and I know I'm biased for Legends, but yeah, these are really flimsy. I'm gonna open Baroness and then put the other one on the coil because she can wear a biker helmet and it can be a different character on a display. But I don't know if I need to open Destro. What I was gonna do is buy a 3 3/4 inch Destro, and just keep them both on card and just be like, there you go. There's a representation of old school and new school G.I. Joe. But But there's that. Okay, I think Galactus is back.
I was looking for the
There it is.
scissors. They were so I was looking for the scissors because I've got a couple of figures to open, and guess where I found them? At the bottom of the shipper box.
Which shipper box?
Galactus.
2 shipper boxes it comes with.
Yeah, it was like, so you know how there's the 2 shipper boxes? The scissors had fallen down the in between the 2 boxes and was at the bottom. So I had to find it.
Well,
No.
welcome, Brandon. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoyed your family dinner. Galactus did a great job at holding down the fort. No controversy or anything. He was doing well. He did make me jump genuinely when he started speaking, though. That freaked me out.
That was just funny. As I
sounds
walked
a lot
in the
like
room,
you as well.
asked a question.
That was funny. Tanner in the chat is asking, where did Donnie go up for pre-order? I seen it go up for pre-order at In Demand Toys. Let me check In Demand real quick. There he is. You can pre-order Invisible Donnie on In Demand Toys. Let me get it up. Sorry, it's not on screen. There you go. Invisible Donnie. The one I'm most looking forward to, of course, is the one they saved the best till last. Of course they do.
April O'Neil.
I've not even got April. I think with this line, I'm just getting the Turtles. I've skipped April. I don't think I want Splinter, and I like the gimmick of having the Phantom of Opera, Casey Jones. But I think for this line, I'm just going to get the Turtles and step away. Saying that, I'm going to eat my words eventually. I know that, but I'm going to try and do that anyway. But Donnie's the last one. Again, Mikey's just arriving in the UK this week officially, unless you brought yours from AliExpress. But for the stuff I really like, I don't trust AliExpress too much. So there you go. There you go, Tanner. It's on In Demand, but if it's on In Demand, it might go up in other places eventually as well. Jay also said, Bugger, he got Deathstroke for 23 last week. Yeah, I howled my horses on those retros. They're still in stock for £14 on Kapow Toys if anyone's interested. Deathstroke, Lady J, Baroness, and I think Gung Ho is the only one that's still full price, but he's in his more classic sort of teal colours, so I think that's why he's more popular. But anyway, Brandon, as I said, welcome. We were talking about some toys. Before you talk about anything else, just give us your... I know you did a video, and I did plug your video as well for your unboxing, but your thoughts on Galactus in hand. Have you got space for him? Like, are you going to attempt any ACBA with him? Like, your thoughts on Galactus?
Yeah, man. Thank you for plugging the video. I think he's amazing. I think my favorite thing, funnily enough, about him is the faceplates, because that seems to be where he just comes to life. You know, like you have the suit, you have the armor, it all kind of just. I think the other thing as well is it looks so realistic. I know that's strange to say because it is a toy. We know it's a toy, but it just looks so. I don't know if actually if it looks realistic or if I just can't. My mind can't quite come to terms with the fact that it's real and this actually exists. I'm not sure which it is, but yeah. Long story short, I love it. I think the point that they made about the ratchets was quite funny. You know, every time you move one of those knees, it really clicks. Every time you move any of the joints, it really clicks. I think all of the extra figures were great. When I finally got it in hand, I was actually quite pleased that the Silver Surfer is the reissue of the older Silver Surfers on the Sunfire body, because I think I would have felt bad for anybody who didn't back Galactus if we'd gotten a pinless Silver Surfer now as opposed to later on down the line.
I'm selfish. I would have wanted a pinless one.
I would have as well. I would have to buy another one.
I'm selfish.
Yeah.
This was a £400 Haslab. Treat us. Give us just pinless Silver Surfer.
Yeah,
but no,
I
it
liked
is the same. You're right.
Frankie Ray was on the
new body,
Shriek body. Yeah,
pinless, yeah.
But funnily enough, of the three, Morg was my favorite, and I know nothing about Morg.
But that's
just as
that's what I'm saying. That's the great thing about Legends is that
Legends,
you don't have to know everything.
Like you always say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's very toyetic, I think. And when I think of a Herald, you know, Silver Surfer and Frankie Ray Nova, they don't exactly look like villains. Whereas this guy looks like he's a villain. Well, you know? So I think that fun factor, the smirk that he has sculpted on the face, they're all just really cool.
That's the thing about the Heralds of Galactus is that they're all like corrupted and like they're all sort of forced to do Galactus's bidding, but they're not all bad. Like Silver Surfer's the prime example of that, where he's just doing what Galactus says. He has morals as he soon escapes. But yeah, like now we need Airwalker, definitely. I think like Red Swift. Is it Red Swift? I can't remember his name. Is it Red? Who am I thinking of?
Red Shift.
Red Shift, maybe. There's definitely a Red Herald or something. I remember. But yeah, I think Airwalker's the last big main one. I haven't done a comparison with Thingy yet. Let me get him. He's over here. Oh, here he is. Da-da-da-da. So do you reckon there's a way, right, where I can plug a flight stand and like pin it into like his bout piece or something?
Just because it's on my mind and I saw it today, Nerdzoic in the US has that Firelord in stock. Well, they did as of like a few hours ago when I was browsing through his website. I was looking for, I think he restocked on the Disney Plus wave, so I was looking for my nephew.
Haha,
a lot of it sold out by the time I saw it.
Okay, exclusive trick you've all learnt on the Dan Who Live show. You can shove a flight stand into Galactus's bout. And now you have Flying Firelord. There you go. Okay, that's not very good, but it works.
It's like Buckaroo. How many heralds can you put on Galactus before he falls over?
Okay, look, there you go. There you go, that 100% works. Look at that!
Well, that looks good.
Sort of works, doesn't it, people? Obviously, it's sat here on my knee while I'm streaming live, but my point is, his bout's a separate piece, so you can, like, tuck a flight stand into the bout. There you go, do you see it flop? There you go. But you see what I mean? Like, okay, that sort of looks like his translucent long penis is sticking out, but... but you get my gist. Okay. Anyway, there you go. Maybe you can take some pictures. Are you going to attempt some ACBA, Brandon?
Yes, I think I'm probably going to try. You know, we got the retro Silver Surfers.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. That I should have showed that off in my review. That's the
I
whole reason I brought it.
Review.
Whole reason I brought it, and I completely forgot. I was in a panic because everyone else in the UK was already doing videos. Jay had done one, you had done one, bloody David had done one in his mum's kitchen. I was like, for God's sake, I need to fucking do one. So I was panicking to get a video up quick. So I missed out on loads of little random bits, but there you go.
I think I'm gonna try and figure out how, because it was the same. The Sentinel was so big, you had to really think of creative ways in order to really capture its majesty, you know? And I think the same thing will apply to Galactus.
And then you're sorted then. That's all you need to do.
That
was the fun.
I'm looking at the screen now, right? Episode 114. If you would have asked me last week, what week do you reckon we get Galactus on? I would have said a November week for sure. I would have said like an episode 120 or something like that. So, yeah.
Well, we were thinking it would end up like last year, right? Because last year I think they started to ship in late August, early September, or something like that for the US, and then I think Asia were getting them, and then I think we got them late September.
Last year, this is technically, and again, reminder for everyone in the chat, Galactus is technically the first Haslab that we have backed on Hasbro Pulse. As when the Sentinel went up, the Sentinel was on Zavi. So someone completely different was in control of distribution. So this was actually the first Haslab project that I've been a part of. I've only been a part of the Legends ones, to be fair. Oh, and G.I. Joe now, but that hasn't arrived yet. So this was the first one to actually ship from Hasbro Pulse. And again, like, Pulse has its issues, of course it does, but in regards to shipping notice to ship to in hand, they're quite efficient. So
Pulse UK, it's yeah.
Yeah, we talked all about that. We talked about it all earlier, Brandon. To be fair, but yeah, all I'm saying is that I didn't expect to get this in hand so quick, and now all three of us have a Galactus, which happy days. Crazy. Look, I'm just looking at it on screen now, going, he's absolutely insane. People ain't prepared until you get this in hand. People, you're not prepared. Like, you can have an assumption of the scale and like how big you think he is. But it's not. It's the same with the Sentinel last year. Until you get him in hand, you don't really grasp the actual size. But he's mightily impressive for sure. Are you going to display him with the effect pieces holding the heralds like he is here?
No, because mine's going in my
Probably
car,
not.
so I can go and park in Mother and Baby in Tesco.
I said to Brandon he needs to get a car seat and take him for a drive. But no, I think I am going to display him like this, to be fair. I like Silver Surfer looking all stoic rather than looking all surfing. Do you know, because he's in Galactus' palm, isn't he? So he's not exactly surfing. So I like him just sort of standing there. Frankie, like, there's like a peg hole in this effect piece, but she keeps flipping out of it. Right, I'm going to put this on the floor now and not tempt fate. It lasted a good hour in the stream. So it's going on the floor now rather than on the stool. But he's done a good job. Right, you stand there, behave. And yeah, as Brandon said, Morg is mightily impressive. I'm going to try and do a video of the Heralds and take a closer look at these tomorrow. I'm sure there's other videos on YouTube that up right now anyway, but you know what I'm like. That don't stop me. So I'll do a Morg review tomorrow. Because yeah, if Amanda, I'm hoping Amanda's going to be jet lagged, so she's going to come and go to bed, and I'll be like, right, I'll film the Heralds before the weekend kicks in.
To be a bad like, hey, look, it's Morg.
Yeah.
Look at the articulation.
That's exactly what it's like, because our bedroom is underneath where I film reviews. So when she's at home and she's in bed reading a book, because that's what Amanda does. She reads books, so she sits in complete silence in the house while I'm upstairs. So as you said, it's like, Paul, welcome back to the channel. Amanda's like trying to lose herself in a novel, and it's like, Hellfire Hank. You're like, fucking. That's why I prefer to do reviews when no one's in. But I had to actually get rid of Ted yesterday. I had to phone my mother-in-law and go, can you look after Ted? Because he just sniffs. Like, I'm trying to film a review, and he's like just all around me. And I'm like, Ted, I can't record while you're sniffing. Like, and he just barks, and he wants me to throw his ball. Pain in the ass. This is why I can't have kids, people. Dogs too much. Okay, cool. What else did you get, Brandon? You said you got your knife scissors out. So what you can cutting away at?
Oh yes, I just opened up Ayla Sakura. I got her in the Grand Inquisitor and Darth Maul to look at from Black Series. She's pretty good. There's a couple of things I would have liked to change, but mostly she's pretty good. She does a job for sure. I'll take Prequel Jedi.
Did you not get Bounty Hunter Leia?
You know, I ummed and ahed about that decision for a long time, Rich. It was hard not to purchase, but in today's day and age, we got to be selective. You know, I can't get everything, sadly. But I did come close.
You missed that.
I almost got it just for you.
You missed a section of the show where I also showed off some Star Wars that I purchased.
Cobb Vanth.
I did, yeah.
Otherwise known as Cad Bane.
Yeah. The thing, what's so annoying is that I actually know who this guy is, but I just said the name wrong. The pressure of live TV.
Yeah.
Promise I know who those two different people are. Cad Bane's the one with the blue face.
These guys, been really enjoying these guys. Still need to do that mod on the butterflies for Panther.
When am I going to get that wave, Rich? Not got time. Rich, if I
I've
give
been
you
trying to shoot Gore some more.
If I give Rich my details to log in on YouTube, will you take over my channel for the week and just film the Black Panther reviews for me?
Yeah, you get no viewers, but yeah, I'll do that. No problem.
I reckon I'll get more viewers. It'll be like the Rich takeover. You've got some experience on YouTube. People know like you. Yeah, I reckon I'll send you my intro. I'll send you a little script. Send you a script. It'll be, pal, and welcome back to the channel. Give it a try.
Pal, welcome back to the channel.
I need more energy. More energy.
Pal, welcome back to the channel. It's Dan who reviews here. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at It's Dan 2. You can also hit that subscribe button.
No, that's the fake. It's Dan Who 2 is an actual fake, remember?
Oh, sorry. It's not. It's Dan Who is your Instagram.
But you said it's Dan 2.
Who?
Okay. By the way, I have got a fake Instagram
People would be
account.
going to the wrong one. You've got a fake Instagram account called Dan2.
Yeah, someone has made a fake Instagram account of me, and I reported it, and even Instagram went and said, no, sorry, we haven't got enough evidence. So now there's a fake me going around.
With 325 followers.
I know! What the fuck?
I'm going to follow him now.
Who? Like, honestly, right? Like, no, let's just seriously for a second, right? I'm in the grand scheme of things, I'm a fucking nobody. Who is took time out of their day.
That's not true, Dan. You're somebody to us.
Well, I appreciate that, but my point is, who has took the time out of their day to go through my posts one by one, repost them with the exact copy and paste in my captions. Rich is laughing like I've got this time. Oh, it was me. No. Look, honestly, who did that? Someone out there has done it. Someone out there that watches this channel has done it. Because it's not obviously.
But at least they just reposting what you've done. At least they're not like posting like horrible things
It's a bit
or
weird,
like.
though, isn't it? It's a bit weird.
They'll do it for a bit and then they'll try and make everyone join a Bitcoin. That's what usually happens. Isn't it?
Okay. Sorry, Brandon, I interrupted you. I forgot about my fake imposter. Nobody follow us.
That's okay.
What do you think of Gore? He's good, right?
Yeah, really enjoying Gore. I've been trying to practice posing him a lot this week, even with because the plastic cape kind of limits him a little bit. Although I love the sculpt of it and how they kind of did all these bits and pieces here, but been enjoying Gore. I've been trying to get back into Disney Plus with these guys a little bit.
Oh, okay, nice.
Been trying to rewatch Moon Knight. I've been trying to Moon Knight was the first one we got this year, right?
As in TV show, yeah.
Yeah. So I've been trying to, as She-Hulk has wound down, I've been trying to backtrack this year and rewatch the shows so that I can kind of get inspiration again now that I got the figures in hand. And then the last two I've been dealing with is these guys.
Oh, nice. I've heard that they've started to land in Forbidden Planets in the UK. So if you missed out on a pre-order for your South Shaded Spider-Man, apparently they're in Forbidden Planet. I'm going town tomorrow. I might have a little poke.
Yes, please, because my one I have to send it back because I bought two, and the one I opened, or the first one I opened from In Demand, had the ab crunch is like super glued tight, like. It doesn't. Yeah.
Have you put it in some?
I
know it's a stupid question, but have you put it in some hot?
Yeah.
For a bit,
all of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And I've really tried to. It just wouldn't budge. Sadly. So I'm in the market for another one.
I'll have a look tomorrow for sure. Robert Page says it was me. No, for real. Robert, was it really you? Did you make the fake Dan Who account on Instagram? Tanner says it was me. I'm annoyed. We missed another Turtles and Tea. Yeah, sorry about that, Tanner. We will do Turtles and Tea, though. I again, blame Galactus. It wasn't me, it was Galactus.
The world got devoured. It wasn't your fault.
Indeed. Not actually me, says Tanner. Thank you for confirming. Your boys got toys. Imitation is a high form of flattery. Yeah, look, I appreciate that. I'm just like... It's just curiosity, to be honest. Like, who... Why? Just what? I'd love to speak to the person and just go, why? Do you know what I mean? Like, why? Don't get it. Like, have fun, carry on, but like, why? It's weird. I'm gonna make a fake. I'm gonna put a hero ... collections and make an account and just repost all your reels. You'd think it was weird too. You'd be angry.
You're not the first one.
Hey, savage Brandon. I need to get like some buttons or sound effects or something on the stream as we move forward. But
did you see Wade's Tuesday stream
this week? No, not this week.
Oh, so he was talking about Instagram pays for reels.
You must be loaded then,
right. So I'm listening. I'm thinking, hold on, since when? So I went Googling to find out more about it while Wade was explaining on the stream about how it works, yada yada. And it's only been available in the US. They haven't rolled the program for it yet out globally. I was gutted.
Oh, you're missing out on
bank. He was talking about like the pay scales and the thresholds and blah 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 blah. And like for some of the reels I've done, like all of my reels hit a minimum 10K and up. Like I think the most is either Moon Knight or Iron Man or something like that. Some 130, 50 something thousand. But yeah. So I was gutted. They haven't launched it in the US yet. Sorry, outside the US yet.
Yeah.
I love this silk too. People
in the chat are confirming. Did you buy? So you pulled the trigger on the 2-pack, or have you split it with someone?
No. I pulled the trigger on it.
No. Sold the old one. Yeah, makes sense. The new one's more colourful, right? More brighter.
Yeah, and it has 2 pairs of hands, 2 heads. Much better.
Displayed twice. That was the joke I was about to crack. Cloud beat me to it. Displayed twice. Or displayed one. Says Home Dude.
Home Dude should do that. You post more than me there.
Yeah, I'm pretty shit at posting as well. Like, like I know reels gain traction, but like I can't be asked to do a reel. So like all I do is film 30 seconds or something.
I was good till I got to 1,000. Like I posted every day until I got to like 1,000, and then once I got to 1,000, that was my goal. So I don't really care now. So I just like post when I feel like it.
While we're just still on new toys for a second, I do want to make a public apology. On the last stream, I sort of I sort of hastily said that I didn't trust information coming out of a source that I referred to as a Hill Phones. Now, since then, Hill Phones has went on to actually confirm that what he said was true all along, and he has actually picked me up the Moltres Pokemon that I was looking for. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So I just want to make a public a thank you to Hill Phones, who actually found me a Moltres in the wild at B&M, just like he said from the very beginning. There's his receipt at B&M. They exist, people, okay? So if you're in the UK looking for those Pokemon Selects, Moltres is the last of the legendary birds from Gen 1 that we need.
It's at B&M. Did you get sent those?
Yeah, I got Mike Keck sent it me when he shipped me all the stuff.
Oh.
I've had Zapdos for a while. I've displayed some Pokemon upstairs in the attic, but so do you know my Sentinel review? Like it had the big black screen. If you remove that black screen, it's almost shelves. But no one's really. If you've seen the very end of my last display video, you've seen the shelves. But yeah, no one's seen what's actually on those shelves yet. Some of them are still empty, to be honest. But it was another thing I had planned in my week off. I was like, I'll open up all my Ultimate Turtles. I'll build a display. Nope, didn't none of that. I thought I'd film all my Black Panther. No, done none of that. Shit week. All I did was walk 10.
It could be worse. You could have filmed them all, but been too tired to edit them.
Look, if anyone knows how you feel, Brandon, it's this guy. I was up until 3 a.m. yesterday, making sure my video was up.
I couldn't believe
so it had to be.
When I woke up this morning.
You can do early though. This is what I mean. Like some people can get up early and continue and be fresh faced in the morning. I cannot do that. I'm terrible in the morning. So if I have to get a job done, like I do it at night. Like sometimes if I've got work, like actual 9 to 5 work stuff I need to do in early, I will do it late at night before I go bed and preset my emails to send at 9 a.m. so I can sleep in, but it looks like my emails has been sent. I do that all the time. Luckily no one from work watches this, but yeah, like I'm usually dozing in the morning, but my emails are being sent because I did the work in the end. So if anything, I'm just doing the same work. I'm just doing it out of hours. So, but anyway, my point is I'm much more efficient at night. So like the Legends of Liquor group always say like I don't sleep, and it's true. I rarely sleep. I'm terrible at it. That's why I'm gonna die younger. Super Turk says Dan Double should be Dan Hoare Views. Amanda suggested that I use my marketing skills to get rich and use her and fans only. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it's an option. Maybe if our next gas bill comes in.
Someone is doing it. Someone is doing the hiring girls to review Marvel Legends. Oh, it came up in my links the other day, and they've got loads and loads of videos, and then there's a link to an OnlyFans where you can watch like the dirtier versions of it.
We need to see this.
I'll have to link it. I'll go in my history and find it for you. But there's loads of them, and there's one of them knows what she's talking about. The other one's not so much.
Okay. Let's break this down for a minute. Okay, everyone, calm down. Okay, so this is ridiculous, but ridiculous enough that we need to check this out. Okay, so you're saying that someone is paying.
Well, I'm assuming that there's no way that I think these girls are buying Marvel Legends dressed in like their underwear. In like underwear. Yeah, just underwear. And they did, what's the one? One of the girls is called Scarlett. She's the good one. She's got blonde hair.
Out of all people, how have you found this?
I don't know.
You ain't searching for this shit.
I'm obviously the audience. But she reviewed the Sabretooth from the one everyone hated, from the Bone Breaker wave, that Sabretooth.
Yeah. Okay.
She reviewed that one.
Jay says he's got a link. Does Cheeky Monkey Kiara know? Come on. I could talk about toys. Look, let's go into business, Kiara. Look, I've got a channel. I'm about to hit 20k. We can do this.
Your boys got toys said details now, so I can block the channel, of course.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Someone
I'm
send me the
looking at
link.
what it
Someone
is.
send me the
I
link.
know.
We'll look right now. Just for journalist reasons, of course. Like, we need to inform the community of this slander. So if we're looking, it's nothing more than educational purposes to investigate if these people actually know what they're talking about. Nothing more. I will first look myself before I deem it worthy of being on the screen, because I definitely don't want to get demonetized on my climb to 20k. We're still on for 20k in 2022, people. I'm hoping it will going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think you can see this, because I didn't understand how what she was wearing was wasn't like banned from YouTube, because I could definitely see nipple.
Oh, nipple. I know Mike Hex just perked up wherever he is. He loves nipple. Mike's like,
Super
nipple.
Multiverse. The site is called Super Multiverse. Right?
On YouTube.
Yeah, make sure you're over 18 before you click on this link. That's all I'm saying, right?
Super Multiverse. Super Multiverse. All one word.
Yeah.
Super Multiverse. Okay, people, this is okay. You can follow along at home. It's like a Blue Peter special. Super Multiverse. Oh shit!
Yeah, see, do not share that link.
Shit. I don't know how. Okay, I thought it'd be funny to actually show this on screen, people.
You can't show it.
There's no way. Oh fuck! What the fuck? What the fuck?
Bring Toys to Work said, Dan, you will hit 20k in November. I have foreseen it.
I hope so. Like, Michael's got powers, right? I'm not going to disclose how I know this, but I think Michael's a mutant. That's all I'm saying. This man has powers, so if he foresees it, I am not going to not believe him. I am hoping so. Okay, people, by the way, I've just got this page up. As Rich says, it's Super Multiverse, all one word, in YouTube. I don't know what to say.
Say hi to Scarlett for me.
I don't know what to say.
Again,
just for educational purpose, I'm just going to click one to sort of see the format of the video.
Watch one of Scarlett's one. Watch Mr. T. She does Mr. T.
Mr. T. Fucking Mr. Oh, she unboxes an Ultimate Mr. T.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is absolutely ridiculous or
I
genius.
I think it's genius. Honestly,
Oh my God.
I like this is like a genius thing. Honestly, whoever's done this is like
Right.
amazing.
I'm gonna bounce in and bounce out, people. All right, just to give you, this is like exclusive. All right, just in case. Okay, Brandon, close your eyes. You're too innocent for this. Okay, so this is an example of what Rich is referring to. He's gone. He's literally gone. He doesn't want nothing to do with this. I was just gonna look, educational purposes, Brandon. We're all adults here. Okay, sorry. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna show it on screen and then get rid of it real quick. Are you ready for this? Okay. This is Rich's favourite, Scarlett.
She is the most knowledgeable one. She's got all the knowledge.
Oh, the chat is trying to censor her already. Look at the chat bouncing over. Okay, there she is. All right, that's it. The channel's legit. Now let's get it off quick. Get off quick. Go. Woo. Okay, that was a scary moment.
I think if you follow the OnlyFans links, that might get worse. But that is like, it's kind of like page 3 type of content. Not even page 3, because like kind of Maxim FHM type content.
Okay, Brandon's back. Sorry, Brandon. I didn't want you to see that. It was for your good.
I just didn't want to be a part of that. That was
Look. I'm not saying I support this. I'm just saying, look, we're a Marvel Legends community, and I feel like if a channel are trying to take advantage of this good community, then they need to be made aware. And then they can make their own minds up.
It's no wonder that they're not over 1,000 viewers when it's getting recommended to me. What are in their search terms? That's what I want to know.
Okay. Jokes aside, let's actually break this down. It's not what I expected to be talking about today. But, like I said, ridiculous or genius. It is a weird blurred line there. Like, there's got to be a market for that, right?
I think genius.
Cheeky
honestly.
Monkey Kiara has said, toys and titties. I can't believe it's a thing. Do you know what? The network could lose an After Dark show. I'm joking.
Shall I unbox Lizard?
Yes.
I saw some people said that it's so tough though. I really like. I've had this for a couple of weeks now, and I can't bring myself to open the card. I feel like these days are so numbered that you have to just savor it.
That's
You know?
why you buy two, Brian, and put one in a nice protector case so it can stay fresh forever. Look how nice that looks.
Look at it.
It could be displayed at a museum, for God's sake.
Scarlett opened it with her teeth.
Brandon, can you open this with your teeth? Take your top off while you're doing it.
No, she doesn't do that. She's,
Okay.
she's a business lady.
And the funny thing is I actually prefer
Rich,
this Spider-Man over the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man.
Hill Phones just made the same joke as me. Brandon needs to do a Hero Zero topless. It's okay. Just wear a bra underneath your t-shirt, and it doesn't matter. That's safe. That's allowed. Sorry, Brandon. We
I
apologise.
think I shouldn't have had dinner before I came on here. You're gonna make me throw up.
We are only joking. We don't support content like that. I genuinely didn't believe it was a thing until Rich said it. So, nope, it's a thing, and I'm going to save that to favourites just to make sure I can find it for educational purposes later this evening. What time's Amanda back tomorrow? I've got time for how many videos? Sorry, educational purposes only. I'm not going to lie. Two of my favourite things in a video. I'm just saying, I'm joking. Dan, shut up. How's Lizard, Brandon?
The green was making me feel like I was gonna throw up, so I had to just put him down for a second.
Okay, we're done. We're over. I don't even know what the channel's called anymore. It's Super Multiverse, everyone, alright? We'll find out after the show.
Your Boys Got Toys says Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man is the best representation of Spider-Man. I agree. In the that suit is just iconic. But for some reason, because this was my second figure on that body, for some reason the animated, like the cell shaded animated style, it's just, and maybe it's the lighter blue actually, that just for me personally,
it pops more for sure, doesn't it? Yeah, for sure.
in such a different
There he
way somehow. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, absolutely, he pops more, and it is a brighter blue. I did a comparison in my review, and I'll put them all together. And the reds are very similar on all Spider-Men, but the blues on the other ones are a much darker colour. So yeah, my question about the VHS line for Spider-Man moving forward, is it going to be cel shaded like the X-Men? I'd rather it not, because if the VHS line for the Spider-Man retro figures is going to, if the Spider-Man VHS line is replacing the retro figures because we can't do plastic packaging anymore, then they need to carry the aesthetic on from the retro card, if you know what I mean. So have the brighter colours but without the cel shading, and just have Venom and Spidey as a one-off with the cel shading. But if they're going to do other characters like I don't know, just one off the top of my head, Kraven or Chameleon in their animated style, I need them to be in theme of my other animated style figures, so I don't want them to be cel shaded. So I need some more information about that VHS line. I'm going to ask the question. Do you know what? I should probably mention that on the stream for the last 20 minutes. I've got an interview with the Marvel team. I don't know if it'll be all three of them. I don't know if it'll be two of them. I don't know, but I've officially got an interview with the Marvel team on the 24th of this month. So it's the week before MCM Comic-Con. So I genuinely have the opportunity to ask the Marvel team some questions. Now, you know me, I like to keep it light-hearted. I don't want to get too heavy. Now, I'm well aware there's stuff in the community that people want to speak about, but I do think that Bug Nice asked a lot of those questions, and if I'm going to get that same time with the Hasbro team, I feel it would just be a waste of my time and theirs to ask them the questions that I'm going to get the same answers to, because Bug's got a bigger reach than I have anyway. So I'm sure anyone who watches my review, watches my interview, would have already seen people like Bug's interview. So I don't want to waste too much time getting deep about the Haslab. I want to sort of dissect other elements of 2023 for Marvel Legends, and some of the reveals and stuff, and ask questions like, is the VHS Spider-Man line going to be cel shaded, or is it going to match the figures on the retro cards? Like, I want to ask questions like that, that will actually give us information that I feel will help us make decisions with our purchases moving into 2023, rather than asking questions where we know the Hasbro team can only give us corporate answers, if that makes sense. Because you know what I mean, right? They're a marketing team. There's publicists are on the call as well. You've got to submit your questions in advance. So I can't just say stuff that I can't ask them questions we know they can't answer. That's all I'm saying. So I want to focus on the toys. All right, that's just how I choose to spend my time with the team. So, do you have any questions, like genuinely, that you'd like to ask the Marvel team? It's more harder than people think, because people think it's easy. Like, oh, I'll do an interview and ask questions. But all the questions that we genuinely want to answer, technically, the team can't answer.
I would like to know, are we getting any retro cards in 2023?
Yeah, I'm 100% going to talk about retro cards, for 1,000%. I want to know, once and for all, is it dead? Or because I think there's potential they can come back, but I do think 2023 was written with them not on mind, because they were told they weren't allowed. So, yeah, I will ask that question for sure. I'm going to ask about retro cards. I'm going to ask about this VHS Spider-Man line replacing X-Men. Does that mean X-Men's coming back eventually? Is it taking a hiatus because we are moving into a year of X-Men next year? I'm going to ask about the Spider-Man VHS. Like, are they going to be cel-shaded like this is, or are they going to match what was on the retro card? If they are replacing the Spider-Man retro card, I'm going to ask, are deluxes a possibility maybe, because we got deluxes on the retro card? I want to ask questions about stuff that I feel like I may be able to get nuggets from. Questions I know they can't straight up say yes or no to, or we're making this character. But every now and then they get a nugget. Caleb says, ask them, when is Hippo coming? Yeah, I might do that. Again, they're just going to say maybe, maybe.
Who is your favourite member of Generation X to each of you?
Caleb says, ask him about the underboob. I think Bug did. This is what I'm saying. Go and watch Bug's interview. Bug genuinely asks them all the questions the community wants to ask them. Like, he straight up did. And you could tell that Ryan Ting was getting a little bit frustrated. Not at Bug, but he was clearly just using that opportunity to vent, because people are only... Hasbro, it's hard for them to come out... I guess for the marketers, it must be frustrating for them seeing all this negative press, and they can't really rebuttal any of the arguments. You know, they can't have a debate about it. They have to stand in the background, don't they? So I think Ryan used that as an opportunity to vent a little bit, and he did make a little bit of sense from his perspective. Now, you may not agree with it or just think it's corporate bullshit. That is completely up to you to make it out, take how you wish. But I feel like they did the best they could within their parameters, I guess. Chamber, Rob says. Mike Hex says they're all going to say Chamber.
No, they wouldn't. They'd say Monet or Jubilee. Shut up, Mike.
Super Turk 5000 says, three words question. Evil, Turkish, Spider-Man. Saying Shooter says, go into the future, ask about Wolverine's 50th in 2024, and if he will get a supreme treatment, perfect Wolverine, Jim Lee Sabretooth, Silver Fox. See, don't get me wrong, I like asking questions. If you go back and watch my previous interviews, right, with the Hasbro team, I try and ask questions in a way where we can get nuggets from, because they if we ask them, are you going to make this character, right? They can't say yes, and they can't say no. They're going to say maybe. Here's an option. Here's a possibility. Here's on the table. So it's pointless wasting your time. You've got to ask you've got to be sneaky.
But sometimes you just gotta be direct. Like last year when Toy Bro went, can we see one of the heralds? And he just pulled out Morgan, showed him, and it was like no one was expecting that. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but to be fair, we knew that figure was coming, and he said, "Can we see one of them?" There was so that was a bit more straightforward. I'm trying to I need to get some nuggets. Like, to be honest, I want to confirm certain things on Rectangular's list, but how can I ask that question? Like, I can't say. Have you seen Todd's video? So how much of that was correct on a percentage level?
I'm sorry, Dan. We have to terminate this video.
yeah. Yeah. It's awkward. These interviews are. When I say hard, I don't mean they're very easy to speak to. These guys. They're like they do know what they're talking about. And I try and make it lighthearted, because I remember that I'm like. When they do an interview, they don't just phone up one person and do an interview with one person. They do about 10 in a row, all right? They do them in big chunks. Like, I'm going to get an interview. I'm sure X-Manny's going to get one. Alvis, Eva Vera's going to get one. MCU Collective and Parallel, I don't know. They're all going to get one. So you don't want to all ask the same questions. And a lot of the times we all end up asking the same bloody questions, and it's pretty boring. So we should really get together and plan our questions, but it's not really the way it works. And everyone has their own network of people that someone who watches this channel may not watch theirs, or someone watches theirs may not watch mine. So the same questions ain't a bad thing, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. But all I'm saying is questions are harder than you assume, because everything you want to genuinely ask them, you know they genuinely can't give you the answer you want. Because if you want to go, are you going to make this figure? All they're going to say is, maybe. Here's an opportunity. Here's a possibility. If there's a space, if the time comes, if it works with our partners, like, you're just going to get that generic stuff. So yeah, I always appreciate my time with the team, is what I'm saying, and I don't want to waste it. That's all. So I'd rather use it for a bit of fun and to get some cheeky nuggets. Jay's Talk Selection UK. He says, sorry, but I can't help myself. Who wants to see me do an DC Multiverse review in my green Borat mankini? So sorry. Do it! And we'll submit it to Super Multiverse and see if they put it on. Tell them they can't discriminate. We're in 2022. They've got to show some love to both sides of the party. And the people in between, of course. Do it, Jay. I dare you. I'd watch it. Like this. But I'd watch it. Craven the Collector. Here's an idea. Get to know Ryan, ask about his childhood and toys, his passion for figures, where it started, and then ask about certain figures and look at his facial expression change. Sneaky. That's like a PI move, that is. Don't get me wrong, I would love to have, I want to get one of them on, I'd love to get them on this type of format, like a long form, more relaxed format, where we can have those type of conversations. But when you genuinely only get 15 minutes and you're in front of the PR, you don't really want to. Because I remember asking a question once in one of my. Remember when I was talking about The Sword and the Stone, and I asked the question, "What's your favourite Disney movie?" Right? Because I wanted to joke and say, "Oh, mine's Sword and the Stone." Oh, what was the sword called? Excalibur. Are we going to get Excalibur? Like, it was a whole point to that question. But I asked that question, and it was just hit with dead silence of like, "Why are you asking that question? Like, what's that got to do with anything?" Like, it just got cut cold. So you can't really go off too far. You've got to keep it about the product, and you have to submit your questions in advance as well. So again, this is what I mean. Look at there's not as many questions in the chat suggesting. Over 150 people here, and there's not a lot of questions going around because it's harder than you think. I promise you. Live format's easier because it's more relaxed. It's a conversation, but an interview format's different. That's all I'm saying. Arshavan asked them if they'd consider tapping into more modern characters like X-Men Evolution or Spectacular Spider-Man. And I promised myself I would try and never put the idea of X-Men Evolution in their brain, just in case it does happen one day. And I'm only joking, Brandon. I'm only joking. I did like X-Men Evolution when it was on the telly. It's just not my X-Men, but it's fine. I like the Spike guy. It was Marrow. Because in the comics it was Marrow, but in the show it was the
Spike. They made Marrow.
Was that it? They just called his name Spike.
Yeah, it's Spike, but he's Storm's nephew. Marrow is a girl who's like a.
I know who Marrow is. Yeah, no, I know who Marrow is. But I mean, like, I remember seeing him in the show, going, he's got the same powers as Marrow, but
they created him just for the show. But then, I think he did end up in the comic books in X-Statix in the Mike Allred X-Statix. But it was like. He wasn't Storm's nephew then. He was just a different character, but he was called Spike and had the same powers. So
we haven't had Marrow in Marvel Legends form. I'd appreciate a Marrow. Cam says, "Will Super Multiverse get an interview?" Well, we'll have to find out. Bring Toys to Work says, "I'll try and think of a few and send to you, Dan." Thank you very much, Michael. I appreciate that. Omega Weapon says, "Submit your questions and then go off the rails during the interview." You can do that. But then you just wouldn't get an opportunity to speak to them again. And I do think in these type of situations, if you play their games, I don't mean that in a horrible way. I mean, like, if you're professional and present yourself in that regard, then you put yourself in more of an opportunity to be heard. And then when criticisms are there to be had, your voice is more valued because you follow the rules. Where if I was just spouting about screaming and shouting, I was like an old man shouting at clouds, like, it wouldn't matter. Not at Cloud Network, Cloud Foxwell, not him. an actual old man shouting at clouds. Do you know, like The Simpsons? Never mind. Poor Cloud. An old man, every time he walks out his house, there's an old man just waving his fist at him. Mike Ketz says, blame any bad questions on Russ. Blue Harvest Toy says, why do the toy companies not employ real toy designers anymore? See, I can't ask that question, can I? Just because
They do
Shall I
employ
answer it?
real toy designers. We just don't see them, do we? They just like behind the
Shall I-
scenes. We
shall
just
I
see
answer?
go on,
three
go on,
people.
go on.
Well, no.
Unleash Savage
Rich got,
Brandon.
no, Rich got it. Rich gave a sufficient answer. I think.
This is what I mean.
I think it's a stupid question.
This is what I can't
I'll say
ask
that, mate.
questions without any actual. I can't ask a question based off internet perception.
How long has Dwight is the senior designer on Marvel Legends?
Yeah.
Yes or no? How long has Dwight been doing Marvel Legends?
Years.
How long has he been at
Decades.
Hasbro?
Decades.
How long has he been at Hasbro?
Decades,
Thank you.
I assume.
Thank you. So let me ask the question again. Why do the toy companies not employ real toy designers anymore? Is Dwight a toy designer?
I'm sure.
Just yes or no? Just yes or no?
Yes. I'm not. By the way, I'm not disagreeing with you.
I
It's
know.
not me.
I'm just saying. You're saying you're not sure you can answer it. I'm saying we can definitely answer it. It's a silly question. No offense,
There's
Blue
more.
Harvest
There might
Toys,
be.
but it's a
There might be
silly
more
question.
layers to that question. That's all. Because he might have a very specific reason why he wants to ask.
Why
that
would you
question.
employ a toy designer to do a marketer's job? I'm a marketer. Would you employ me to do a plumber's job? No.
It doesn't say about employing someone to do a marketing job.
Yes,
though.
but he's saying why do toy companies not employ real toy designers anymore?
But I'm saying.
So I'm
reason
using okay.
but
It was a
just
comparison.
No,
It's
don't
fine.
get me wrong. I'm just saying everyone has a perception on like we all get the same information, but everyone can make their own. I don't know.
And good luck to them.
My
That's
point.
fine.
My point is, there's probably a valid reason why he wants to ask that question. There's probably examples in his mind that obviously we don't have, so we don't understand where he's coming from.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood. In the context of the conversation we were talking about, I misunderstood. That's fine.
God damn it, Cloud says the cam. God damn it, me says Cloud. Blue Harvest says Bob Beechin. I can't read, by the way. A job. Give Bob. I don't know who he is, but give him a job if he needs a job. Does he need a job? Omega Weapon 13 says ask about the future fan vote for the Build-A-Figure wave. Interesting. Mike Ketz says, are we ever going to be able to finish the Dark Avengers? And again, if I ask them the question, are you ever going to finish the Dark Avengers? They may just go, eventually, maybe, when the opportunity comes, one day. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't give us any actual information, so you have to be sneaky about it. But in what regard, I don't know. By the way, my DMs are open on Instagram. If you genuinely have questions, please let me know on Instagram DM. If you have a genuine question for Marvel Team. Your boys got toys. In the 2 years I've seen their interviews, I've not heard a single good question. It's always along the lines of how excited should you be for your next product. Yeah, they're awkward. They're more awkward than people assume. Okay. Oh, okay. My bad, people. Sorry, I didn't know who Bob was. There was no disrespect to Bob. I just didn't know who Bob was. I'm an admirer of the toys and the product, but I completely acknowledge I don't always know who the people are behind the scenes that make toys and stuff. I'm a fan of the product, essentially. Don't waste your questions is the bottom line Dan is getting at. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Thank you. Caleb says, ask him if Spider-Man VHS figures are going to be cel shaded. Yes, I said I was going to ask him that already, so we're on the same wavelength there. Okay, there you go. Bob is the original toy designer for Action Force. Okay, cool. There we go. Now we know. Again, I'm not an expert. Well aware. Not an expert. I just love the product. I like the toys. I like collecting. But please do not hammer me for not knowing all the details behind the scenes, okay? My brain can only hold certain information, and it holds a lot of useless crap as well. Okay, today was a weird one. Today was a weird stream, but I appreciate the 150 people that stuck with us for the most of it. I know what I'm going to be doing this evening. Sorry, I was distracted there.
Building a Galactus display, is there?
Cleaning the house, actually, to be honest. I need to go and get the Hoover out. Amanda's back tomorrow. Game over. The fun and games are over. Okay. Oh, I loved Action Man. Okay, so I loved that. I had all the Action Man as a kid, but I didn't know it was him that made it. There you go. Okay, cool. Jerry, ask them if there's Mine's version of certain Marvel teams, Alpha Flight, Winter Guard, for example. Oh, okay, they're Mine's. Okay, so I've got character designs. Okay, I guess I could. Okay, interesting. Weird stream today, people, but I appreciate everyone all the same. We're back on a Thursday is my point. We're going to stick to the Thursdays for the foreseeable future. We moved to a Friday just to take advantage of the missus being away and also for Hasbro PulseCon. But obviously they're gone now. They're over. So back to Thursdays for the foreseeable future. And to be honest, in regards to Legends news, the only actual news that Hasbro released was the re-release of the Moon Knight. Other than that, it's been a great week for the UK community getting Galactus in hands. Go and check out everyone's review. Brandon's got an unboxing on his channel right now. I've got a review type unboxing. Rich may do a takeover on my channel when I want a week off if I do it. But
I'm already writing Scarlet script. Sorry, Dan.
I knew he was super producer in somewhere else. I wonder what I wouldn't have what Cloud said then, but now I know. Alfie Cook, there's a football highlights in the Marvel Legends exclusive playlist of your channel. Oh, is there? There you go. I watch a lot of football as well. What football highlight was it? What game was I watching? I do watch a lot of football highlights.
You put that Ultron in one of your playlists, and I saw it. And I was
I
like,
know.
yes.
I seen your comment. You commented on a video that was unlisted. I was like, the sneaky bastard. So I thought you already had passwords on my channel. I thought Richie's the super producer for a reason. Yeah. By the way, sometimes because if I make a video and schedule it, then I already put it in the playlist. So yeah, if people are sneaky, they can find videos on my channel that I ain't even there. I actually may do a competition, right, for like I don't know, a really good prize. I don't know. I might hide a video that basically says, "Pow! If you're the first person to comment on this video, you win a prize," and then hide it in one of my many playlists on the channel, and like the winner will get Associated Spider-Man or something like that, and see who actually puts in the work to go through my playlists to find this video.
It says it'll tell you that it was updated. Like,
Would it?
Yeah.
Okay, never
that's
mind.
how I always see. That's how I usually see.
I think I will do a giveaway for the 20th though. I'll try and get a South Shaded Spider-Man for the 20th 20k celebrations. We're on the way. Let me have a quick look.
How much you got? Like 500?
Yeah, I'm 500 now. Don't get me wrong. I know YouTube's a big place. A lot of other channels have got a lot more subscribers than me. But again, I have been just review live stream. I don't really flutter off. I'd love to make more content and deep dive and stuff, but I just don't. So for what I do, I'm more than content. How do I look at my subscribers again? Okay, yeah, I'm climbing. I'm climbing slowly. Galactus has definitely helped me this today for sure. Okay, there we go. Live view count. There we go. So the climb, people, is happening. We are on our way to 20k. I appreciate everyone out there showing love. And from yesterday to now. Well, when was yesterday? Yeah, I'm definitely climbing a little bit. Galactus is definitely helping, which is great. But anyway, I appreciate everyone who has already subscribed. People are already channel members. Everyone who's got a green name in the chat is already a channel member, so I appreciate you. My point is, thank you very much. I will get a prize for 20k. That's what I'm going to say. And let's get Brandon to a K. Brandon's literally closer than I am to 20k. You need like less than 200, right, Brandon? Less than that? You're about 800 now? Or close to it?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, about 200 short.
Yeah, beautiful. Go and subscribe to Brandon's YouTube channel as well. I think the link's in the description. If not, I'll put it in there. But
big thank you to anybody who's supported that channel.
On the way to 1k. Again, we'll try and get you 1k and 4k watch hours. But you're doing the live streams every Monday. So let's get to some plug-in. Brandon, where can the people find you online?
As always, guys, Hero.collections on Instagram and Hero Collections here on YouTube.
I'm going to get the link for you right now. Let me go to my history because I watched Brandon's live stream. I wasn't live though, but I did go back and watch it.
I don't know if I said much. I think I was more just gushing at the fact that Galactus was actually
There
here.
he is!
Than anything
Brandon
else.
doing his ventriloquist act like Richie's right now.
And look at that! Look at Cat Lives' comment in the chat as you said that.
He looks like a puppet in your lap. Shout out Cat Lives. Let me share this video real quick.
Oh no, he isn't.
So you tell people that you've got your YouTube channel, Brandon, but tell them you go live every single Monday. 8:15.
Yeah, every Monday at 8:15. Come and join us for Into the Heroverse, and then yeah,
So
we'll
just
hopefully try and get some more content filmed this weekend. Just
all
yeah,
I'm saying,
taking it slow and steady at the moment.
if you like long form content, background noise, talking toys, like this stream is, go check out Brandon on a Monday. Shout out Eric Alfred Abel for the donation, much
Eric
appreciated.
Alfred Abel donated $5. Can we do a Inner Circle stream with Scarlett as a special unboxing?
Can we do an Inner Circle stream with Scarlett as a special unboxing? I might have to get my super producer to reach out and have some conversations.
She's too expensive for us.
Fair enough. We tried, Eric Alfred. We appreciate. Gonna need a more expensive super chat, I think, to make that happen. But I appreciate it all to say. But as I was saying, if you like long form content, you like talking toys, then go and check out Brandon every single Monday on his climb to 1K. And there you go. There's his special guest this week was Galactus. There you go. And we'll be back on Thursdays. Rich, are you joining us next week? Are you good still? You're a part of the furniture on this show now, and people like it. We like you having it. So double checking. Good.
Hopefully, yeah, it should be out.
All right, and until then, where can the people find you and your Galactus online?
You can find me at Displayed Once on Instagram, where I sometimes post, sometimes I don't, but sometimes I do. It's a surprise. Who knows?
Your stories are worth a follow in themselves, because your music choices for any stories or anything you do are always like so precise. Sometimes it's songs I forgot existed or I didn't even know existed, but you find the reference in regards to what you're posting about. So go and follow Displayed Once. Both Brandon and Rich's Instagrams are on screen the whole bloody time. No excuse not to. They're in the description of this video as well. Hero.collections, Displayed Once. I'm Dan, it's Dan Who on Instagram. Definitely not the It's Dan Who spout with 2 O's, all right? Definitely not that guy. Not that guy. That's not me. That's some imposter that's got too much time on their hands, clearly. But I appreciate everyone in the chat. Jamie, Cam, Tech Hex, Caleb, Mike, your boys got toys. Eric Alfred Abel. Plastic is a hell of a drug. Paul Malas. Bring toys to work. Cheeky Monkey Kiara. I get Kiara and Jay's their clogs are turning right now. They're thinking, how can we turn this collection that Jay's got with Kiara into this epic collection? We're gonna see something happen on Jay's channel soon. The Mankini's coming out. Alfie, Toy Lips, Blue Harvest Toys, Cloud is still here, Compulsive Collector, Craven the Hunter, Infamous, Mirage or Midge, yeah, it's Midge because it's what Homer calls Marge in The Simpsons. There you go. Robert Page, Hill Phones, and again, shout out Hill Phones for helping me with Moltres. It is Moltres, isn't it? I always forget the name. A Fiery Bird, that's what I said. When he asked me which one it was, I was like, the Fiery Bird. I'm an idiot. Anyway, thank you everyone. Weird show, but it's a weird show. What can I say? We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's been a while since we've done an awkward wave. I won't go awkward. I'll go to our end screen. Bye-bye, everyone. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Goodbye now. Goodbye. Woo! Okay. Oh, what's your word? What was the word, Rich? What was it?
Ratchet.
Ratchet. Okay, ratchet. There you go. It's not an S word today. He's mixing it up. There you go, Kurt K. What's the reference for ratchet?
Oh, for the R's.
Ratchet. If you are watching in the replay and you're watching until
we're
this
going
moment
back in the alphabet.
then
yeah, I can only do one letter at a time. I'm not a genius, okay?
S then R.
No, backwards.
Yeah, that's